morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We're here and we're live and we're getting ready to go for a little bit of lineup building before a big weekend. I've almost lost my voice, guys. I was in Champions League action last night. I was at Fortress Paradise to see the Hoops against Club Bruges. We can chat about that if you like. I'll be live with McBride later tonight, 7:30 UK time on Celtic here, chewing over all the bones of that and going through the predicted 11 for Celtic Ross County of the weekend, which I'm sure a lot of you guys will be interested to hear me and McBride's thoughts on all of that. But yeah, fist bumps to everyone on arrival. Please do smash the like button when you get here. Get comfy, get tied in, because today it's going to be a really important game week, it feels like, for a lot of people. Now, we're kicking the stream off a little bit earlier than normal. I always like to have a little bit of a preamble in these shows before we get into the meat and the bones of building your lineups in this one. But I thought I'll go early because I actually do want to have a little bit of me time. You know, I want to actually build some of my teams for the weekend. Fist bump to everyone on arrival. Jared Jackson, Tuggy, good to see you. First in, Rising Rashi, good to see you, as well as Cherry and Kerry. I always forget which it is. Sorry, I beg your pardon. And Charlie Dunbar, my man. Fist bump, good to see you. But I've already, so we've got a few things to talk about on Go Fuck Friday nights. It feels like with this Christmas, neon Christmas. I wonder. Well, I'm sure we'll get some more teasers throughout the next day or so. So it should be interesting. I don't know if it'll be exciting. I think we can kind of read the writing on the wall of what it's probably going to feel like. You know, probably quite similar to some of these other like decisive weekend efforts and buy cards, get essence, buy cards, get tickets to raffles for stuff and all the rest of it. But let's see. You know, but don't write them off before we see it. But yeah, so a few bits and bobs we can chat about. We'll probably talk about quite a lot on Friday night as well. This midweek. Don't really need to talk about that. We're here to have a wee thrash out of some lineups. Now, I've went ahead and done a few of them already. I'll maybe delete and redo a little bit. But I've got a bit of a Valencia in-season collection on the go. After winning that Barena share, I didn't need much prompting to go out and get some of the guys that were quite cheap alongside them. And then after the cash that I won this weekend, I forgot I still have my settings in ETH in terms of the cash I receive. So it's actually quite easy to withdraw ETH, but it's better if it's a bigger sum of money. And when it was just like $70 or so, I seen I could get, and I also got market credits for any of you guys that joined it as well. So I got market credits and cash, and it made getting Pepelu and Gaia just so easy. It just made it so easy. And I've actually got two Valencia collections now, which is kind of fun. We've got the 1920 collection here, which has got 6 cards in it. Kellison that we use all the time. A lot of guys that we don't get to use as often as we would like, but a nice kind of core of midfielders here that have been legends at FC Barcelona. And I think this Valencia team has the makings of having a good 2. Maybe depending on first owner status, maybe we could, because I've still got 10 points to come on all these cards. So that's an extra 50 points, 60 points to come. Maybe it gets to 3%. It's early doors. I'm not too sure there's many other cards in this collection I would be excited about. But you know, I like all these guys. All these guys are really cool. I like them all. Pepelu, when he comes back, he's been suspended for a bit. Hugo Duro can get decisives, you know, so like, I'm quite chuffed with this. It's got a nice little backdoor into a Mamadashvili, which I mentioned at the time, so that's quite good. And I think Valencia, like I said at the time, after I won Barana share, and then I went out and I got Diego Lopez and Guerra. Guerra rocked in like an 88 or something at the weekend, by the way. But Valencia can't stay bottom of the league. Like, they can't. You know, Valencia do not get relegated for me, you know. And Charlie's saying I'm brave. And I know it is brave, certainly on form and all the rest of it, but just calling a spade, like, Valencia. And again, if I can be, I don't know if crass is the word, right? But let's just call it how it is. Like, all that flooding stuff that happened round about Valencia and that part of Spain, there's like, when there's real world like crisis around, like, it is a galvanizing thing in sport, and especially for big community clubs and all the rest of it. And like, really, I've got no doubt that Valencia could easily finish in mid-table this season. Look how tight it is. And they've been minced. They've only won 2 games. You know, for me, Valencia, they've got a lot of promise they can fulfill. This weekend, they're away to Mallorca. And away to Mallorca is not when you want to have Mallorca, of course. You want to be at home to them. But, you know, it's not Real Madrid to Barcelona. So, Division 4, let's put Oblak with them and let's just go for it. I actually think Oblak, wonder what Predictify has it. Jan Musso is the backup keeper at Atletico Madrid. And we've actually got a video in the works, so I won't say too much more on that or go into too much more detail at the moment. But he's maybe see where my thinking's going already with this one. But he's not played in a little while, and he is like a number 2 that plays. You know, he is in the rotation pattern. Maybe it's a bit early in the season for Musso, but I don't know. I thought there was a chance he could have played in the Champions League against Sparta Prague, and I think there's maybe a little chance that he plays against Valladolid, but um, Atletico Madrid's very well covered. You don't really get many surprises out of them in that way. So that's the only champ team I've built. So now that we've had Champions League, I may have a bit more intel on my champ selections. I've built a challenger lineup as well because I've not got any rare goalkeepers anymore now that MLS is finished. So just kind of slap those guys together, really, just see how well they do. And then with the Celtic stuff, I had it all built and then I deleted it after the game last night, and I think we're going to delete it all again. But one thing that's interesting, you'll see here, I've got the 3 in-seasons built. I've got the 3 classics built, which is kind of some of the stuff we're chatting about, strategy, collection, depth-wise, over the last couple of videos. But I recently got the limited Kasper Schmeichel, and I've taken that initiative to go and put 2 other teams out in that level. So Ross Laidlaw is going to be playing Celtic. I've got, with the Japanese guys playing, I've got an extra couple of goalkeepers, so I thought, hey, maybe throw him into limited. He's going to do crap anyway, probably. So, hey, let's just do it. And then I thought, hey, it's probably worth my while always just throwing a wee Sinisalo team out at this level. Just for that one time, it maybe pays off, So, we're actually fielding 9 contender lineups now. Not all 9 will be competitive, of course. I think 7 should be in amongst it for the most part. But yeah, that's kind of all we had there. So I kind of want to have a wee build through my guys here again, because when I'm looking at Celtic this weekend, Celtic's going to be really tough because there's so many rotations that could and should happen, and some ones that they should have 2 dodgy game weeks in the next month with the 2 games that got cancelled. Charlie, great insight on the Valencia one, of course. Yeah, cancelled games getting rearranged. It's always helpful. Island game weeks and all that jazz. But I was on the Celtics Are Here channel earlier today with Josh, who runs the Celtic Youth and Loans Twitter account, in case you're a fan of that. And we were chatting about the squad potential for the weekend. And really, Ross County is a game that would be penciled in by the manager for a lot of key rotations. So there's not many guys that are nailed to start. It feels like everyone thinks that Valley is going to start. He was just markedly much, much better than Taylor. And that's probably a rather safe bet, but it is a bet, So I don't really know how to feel about the left back situation. Right back for me is probably the only certainty, because between Vickers, Trusty and Scales, I find it really hard to select who the 2 are going to be, because I think after his OG, dropping Vickers is not good for morale. So I think Vickers has to play. I think this is a game you would expect to see Scales in. So does that mean then Trusty drops out, but Trusty's not done anything wrong? Does he need a wee break? Would the wee break help him anyway? Could Trusty start? You drop Vickers because he needs a minute. He needs the minute management. And you bring Scales in. So between the 3 centre backs, I'm really quite clueless. So it means AJ is the safest of them all. Shaqiri for in-season mid is clutch, and the AJ is classic. To have an in-season defender from anywhere else that's safer, just the Jihazi, and he's not any safer. So yeah, I need to stick with that. It means no classic Berardi into this one. And Nicholas Kuhn is a little bit funny for this as well, by the way, because he came off injured towards the end of the game. Again, I can see James Forrest starting this one, and I don't think Dyson Maeda rests. So I think Nicholas Kuhn is susceptible to a bit of rotation this game week. So I think I would go with Dyson. Although Dyson could be rested for Forrest and Kuhn could start. I could easily see that happening as well, of course. But I think Dyson just does not miss a minute. He plays every game, and I think he'll start this one as well. And then for 5th man, it needs to be in season. I'm quite happy for it to be like a Wanazek type player if I've got something outside of Celtic to kind of de-risk the rotation fear. Like McCowan could start this. Engels probably doesn't. Bernardo probably does. Hatate McCowan, but Hatate's completed a lot of 90 minutes. Should have got subbed last night, but didn't because of Kuhn. Could easily see him not start this. But again, Hatate, similar to Dyson, just doesn't ever really get rested or rotated. He did here against Dundee, but St Johnson after Bratislava, he came off the bench. So maybe there's a little bit of form for it. Hard one to read. Again, I think McGregor would be the safest, but I've not got an in-season McGregor. We know what we get from Ida, whether he starts or comes off the bench. And Fraser Hornby started, or he came back in last weekend, so I wonder if he's actually available for selection and expected to play for Darmstadt. He is. Beautiful. He's back in business. So I could go double forward with Hornby and Dyson and just take the risk out of the midfield entirely for this team. We're basically taking the Celtic defence with Dyson. Or if we took Dyson out, we put Hornby in Do we get a better option at this? Even off the bench, Kuhn will still be Kuhn, won't he? How's he done off the? Has he been off the bench? Yeah, off the bench against Motherwell, assist. Off the bench against St Mirren, assist. Off the bench against Kilmarnock, assist. Off the bench against them, nothing. But that was last season. So Kuhn's kind of okay, I think, because Ross County at home is one of those games off the bench can still do something, you know. So happy to deprioritise that, but in favour of what? Is it Wanizek? Karlsruhe at home to Hamburg doesn't strike me as a great game. Let's have a look at Bundy 2 for a second. Bundy 2. Standings. Karlsruhe and Hamburg. So Karlsruhe are in second at the moment. Hamburg 8th. Draw 2-2 with Schalke. Lost against Braunschweig. Where are they in the table? Wow, 15th. Drew with Nuremberg, who are further down the table. Lost to Elfsberg. Where are they? They're third. So that's not there's not anything to be too ashamed with. And then they beat Magdeburg. Let's look at form over the last 10, because that's the last 5 games we've just seen there. Darmstadt are second in the yeah, that's interesting to see anyway. But Karlsruhe and Hamburg, yeah, neck and neck over 10 games. 4 wins, 4 draws, and 2 losses respectively each. And the goal difference does favour Hamburg, but really there's not really that much in it. A couple of goals swing on defence and attack there. And let's look at home. Karlsruhe have lost 1, scored 10. Conceded 9 isn't good. Away from home, Hamburg, not been that good on the road. Beat Dusseldorf away. Drew with Kaiserslautern. Lost to Hanover, so against the bigger teams have not done great. It's a hard game, isn't it? It's not an easy one to say, oh yeah, Wanizek will be fine. The Broholm one is kind of interesting actually, because Norway, I think Rosenborg's chances of anything is kind of gone now. On the last game, this will be the last game of the season for them, I'm sure. Yeah, but they need Molde to slip up. It's not in their own hands essentially. Molde are playing Stromsgodset, who have got nothing to play for. And they're playing Christiansund, who again have nothing to play for. So it should be good for Rosenborg at home. Christiansund 5-6-3, 19-19, so just a bang average, middle of the road, isn't it? Away from home, Rosenborg, really not too dissimilar. -3 goal difference over the season. Not been great on the travels overall. So yeah, it's a funny one. Motivation is there for Broholm. Away from home is where we get some of the damage out of Broholm, but that might be the play. Just take Broholm for a bit of safety here, and then we take the gambles elsewhere, because there's all these green and white players are all gambles. McGrath against Hearts, should just bring in a wee 72 again, shouldn't he? I wonder if Aberdeen are scheduled for any rotation. No team locked in yet. Rangers team came in 12 minutes ago. If anyone cares, there it is. Interesting. There's a lot of kind of half-safe Celtic players, but Broholm's been good away. They need to just go for it and hope Molde. Let me just check. Molde are playing Stromsgodset. I'm sure they are. They're playing Apoel tonight at home, and then away to Stromsgodset at the weekend before playing Fredrikstad in the Cup. I don't know if that's the final or the semi or whatever, but Molde have got a lot going on at the moment, but Stromsgodset have been pretty mince. What does the head-to-head look like? 4-1 Molde, 1-1, 3-0, 3-2, 3-0. That's all at Molde's place. What about at Stromsgodset? Kind of one-way traffic, isn't it? That freak result in the middle. I don't know how to feel about the Broholm. McGrath. What was Hearts? Hearts didn't play midweek. It was only Aberdeen and Hibs, wasn't it? Hey Quinn, if you fancy building my lineups, yeah, DD, you're the first request in, mate. So I'll load you up in a minute. I started to stream early because I wanted to do a wee bit of my own stuff before we get into it. But yeah, you're first in, mate. Love that. Hey Quinny, do you have any idea what with the Neon Christmas event is? Toxic Quantum Mix, I don't have a clue right now, but I think it will be kind of similar to some of the stuff we've seen already, like buy a card and get essence, and buy a card and get some tickets for a raffle for a prize or something. But we'll be doing the Friday night stream this week. Go fuck Friday nights. So it'll be one of the topics on the agenda for that, and it should be a great host of guests that we have on for that again tomorrow. So I don't really think there's. Hopefully there's some imagination involved in it, but I'm not sure there's room for it. Like really, what could they be doing? Then I just think Dyson's quite safe. I think Bernardo's also kind of safe, but kind of, again, similar to Vickers, like if he did start Engels and just throw him in the deep end, keep him in there until he starts performing again, it wouldn't surprise me completely, so it is a weird one. Maybe we just go Wanizek at home to Berlin. Big game, at home to Hamburg, sorry. And it's got to be Captain Shaqiri. Now, I actually had problems with this on my phone, where it kept selecting a random captain after I was picking, like, Captain Shaqiri. Like, look, Wanizek. Shaqiri, captain. Wanizek. Let's hit refresh in case it's a glitch, right? Visually on that overview page. No, Wanizek. Clear team. Set lineup. Can I remember it? Can I remember it? So let's put Wanizek here. And then who did we go up front again? Hornby. And then let's put Shaqiri in the extra. In case we need to trick it. That Elfsberg team, I won their shirt as a mystery jersey on Sorare. Bought a cheap rare stack and I'm up to Division 2 and contender with them. I'm buzzing. David Taylor, I fucking love that stuff. The goalkeeper was a budget buy. Everyone's got the goalkeeper. And how's he been doing, actually? Do they have any notable players? Do they have any Wanizek types? And look, Hornby is captain now. Guys, tell me I'm tripping here. Hornby's captain. I didn't pick that. I picked Shaqiri. I put him in the extra spot as well, just to try and configure the system. This is going to screw me, isn't it? I wonder if everyone's got this glitch, or if it's just some sort of curse that the Sorare gods have put upon me. Now it says Wanizek. Let's try it as Alistair Johnson. Do we need to trick it in some way? Like, is this like a Tomb Raider puzzle? Is this a puzzle game we're now playing? Oh, there we go. Now it says Captain Shaqiri after we've picked Alistair Johnson. I really do hope it's not Captain Alistair Johnson. I'm listening along while at work. Yeah, perfect, DD. Love that. Mr. A, good to see you. Also listening at work. Haven't even touched my lineup so far. Yeah, I look forward to getting stuck into it. Now, we need to take the default tab of using in our lineup away. I think Tanny's my second best keeper, but this is in season. And I don't think Balcombe's a hero from last weekend, by the way, pulling out a decisive action out of his backside. He got a wee cheeky assist. So when the clean sheet get burst right at the end, it wasn't the end of the world. Clean sheet was ready to secure it. And the week before, he got a last man tackle or something like that, it looks like. A clearance off the line, maybe. So Balcombe's in good form. Picked him up at the perfect time. And yeah, away to Dundee United, I'm not scared about using him, as it were. Do I use the other AJ? Now, I think I might put Valley into this team because I don't trust the centre-back selection potential. Like, it could be Vickers, it could be Trusty, it could be Scales. All three of them are quite... Depends on your train of thought, really, at this point, in my opinion. So I'm going to go Valley, because I think Valley should play from the start in this game. We want to use classic Berardi, so we need an in-season mid. And since we're playing Valley, we're going to play Bernardo. But Berardi's too safe for a team like this. This is a quandary. A conundrum, if you like. And then that means fifth man would need to be like Kuhn, probably. And then we're relying upon him from the start or from the bench. Either way. Or Dyson, who we fancy to start. This is a toughie. This is D1 as well, so I really don't want to make a mistake and then the fucking team gets relegated. Berardi's perfect captain choice. Bernardo, I think, is quite safe. I'm quite happy to play him. Valley... like was really good. He's come off the bench in both Champions League games. After Bratislava, come off the bench against St Johnson. That was in his introductory phase to the team. So this is a tough one. I would see him starting this game and then maybe it leaves Taylor quite good for Aberdeen. Taylor could also use a bit. Oh man, the defence is paralysing me at the moment. Because defence you don't really get with jail too much with substitutions. Like if a centre back doesn't start, you're quite screwed, you know. Bomb the left back, also a rookie. Nice, is an absolute baller. He'll move on next season, I'm sure. Alsani is also a good youngster. I like watching. Love that intel detail. Check those guys out. Especially Bomb, the left back. If you think he's a rookie, it's on for something. I love some rookies. Could play Ida, could play... Yeah, I think Dyson's probably the pick for the extra. Or is it Kuhn? Well, we don't know the state of the injury that he came off the game with, but coming off the bench to get decisive is very much in his repertoire. It's D1. There will be a lot of other Kuhns in here in the same boat, so it's a kind of ride or die situation rather than a fade. I think a lot of people will take Trusty. Oh, I'm so nervous about this team, by the way. Maybe I shouldn't be playing Berardi in this team. Maybe that's what Man Instincts are trying to tell me here. De Kuiper, for me, C's looked like way more up for it. De Kuiper looked fine. I was expecting him to be a bit more eye catching, but he get penned he get penned in quite well in some stages of the game. Bruges was good. It was a good kind of match. The atmosphere was okay. It wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to be a bit more on it. Atmosphere wise, I was up for it. I've only partially lost my voice. Like my voice, I shouldn't be able to speak today. That's normally the way these games go. With all the singing and shouting and screaming I get up to. Now, let me see. It's hard, man. Even the midfield again as well. Like, who is nailed? I think Bernardo probably comes in. I think McGregor's nailed. It's so difficult. Could be so many changes for the weekend. There could be no changes, you know. And then the Bernardo play, the Valley play is awful. It's such a tough one. I'm going to stick with the Valley. I'm going to stick with Valley Bernardo. We'll go Berardi here. And then fifth man, I think, yeah, just probably has to be Kuhn. Captain Berardi. That could be a winning team. Now, the last one there's D3, so we'll skip that. We've got two D1 classics now with no Berardi. Right, Tanny's top keeper. AJ's the easy pick in defence. McGregor's an easy pick in midfield. Falcao has a double game week, which is interesting. But up front in this team, probably going to take Dyson again. And then fifth man, Cuisance. Lennon Miller against Hibs. Rakitic. Yeah, I think it's between Miller and Cuisance for fifth man. Cuisance is away to Magdeburg. We're looking at Bundy 2 there, weren't we? Where are Magdeburg? Let's have a little peek. Hertha 12th. Form has been rotten since I bought Cuisance as well. Where are Magdeburg? Oh, they're 6th. That's not an easy game, is it? Magdeburg at home as well. Anything noteworthy about them at home? No, actually, quite the opposite. They've not won at home all season. 5 draws and a loss. Interesting. And then what about Hertha away? Are they distinct? They're 4th best in the league, which, you know, over 6 games isn't a terribly striking statistic, let's say, but it's still something. Yeah, okay, I think I can lean into that. Take Cuisance. Did I captain him? I think he's probably the spikiest of the players here, isn't he? Like, decisive gets him to 90. You know, he's got a wee bit of those Bischoffs about him. But how do we get Captain Cuisance? Says maybe. Oh, let me check the captain for the last team. Is it Berardi? Did that stick on? No, it's Captain Bernardo. And Captain Dyson. Jesus Christ, man. Somebody needs to tell Sorare about this freaking glitch. Right, so let's try Berardi again. And it's Bernardo. Okay, so let's try Kuhn. Let me know, you guys, if you're having this problem with captains. I was made my goalkeeper captain now, isn't that fun? Captain Valley. Jesus. Let's pick Bernardo then. Is that what we need to do? Nope. We need to pick the goalkeeper? This is a horrible puzzle game we're playing. Yeah, we have to pick the goalkeeper there for Berardi. That's frustrating. And yeah, we've got Dyson here, so let's try McGregor to get Cuisance. So we had earlier with Shaqiri and Wanizek, wasn't it? Oh, and it worked. Same thing happening here. Well, we've just figured it out. If you want your captain to be extra, select the midfielder. If you want your captain to be the striker, you pick the goalkeeper. And I forget what the other ones we just cracked were, but Jesus, it's not going to be. It's going to take even longer to submit your teams. Guys, honestly, this is going to be wild. Other D1, do I want Kim Jin Hyun or do I want Balcom? I think I'm going to take Kim Jin Hyun at home to Antlers rather than away at Dundee. Okay, now this is classic. I think I could actually probably take Scales in this and feel relatively comfortable. So I just really do think that this is D1, but do I maybe just go Mullenstein, actually? Just, yeah, use my depth. Let's just play Mullenstein. That's a great D1 pick, I think, yeah. We've got McGregor. McGregor Miller feels like the midfield play, perhaps, on this. Let's go with McGregor. And then up front, we've already went with Dyson. Could we take, maybe just go another Dyson? Because Kyogo might not start. It could be Ida. Yeah, I think I might just go double Dyson. And then fifth man, Lennon Miller. And I would probably captain Lennon Miller, actually. All right, okay, so we want Captain Miller. So who do we need to captain? Let's try. Oh, yeah, it's the extra spot. So let's captain McGregor. And it worked. Love that. So we've got a D3 in season and we've got a D2 classic. I think I'll pick the D3 in season next. So we want the Balcom keeper. And then this is where I just need to fucking make a choice on Vickers or Trusty, really. And then in midfield, who do we have? We've still got McGrath. Still got all the Celtic boys up front. Again, just put Dyson in. Can just go with all the Dysons. Just live or die on the Dyson this weekend. Oh, the defender's so tough. I think Vickers is the play. I just don't see him getting rested after that kind of faux pas. He DNP'd after Leipzig to Kilmarnock, but that was a bit of a different situation. Same with the Bratislava DNP thereafter. Otherwise, but like, yeah, I don't think. I know this is also a slightly different time, but I think you keep him in. In midfield, I think you keep Hatate in as well. And then Dago Ida. Oh no, I've got classic potential for fifth man. Have I got a better XP Hatate mid? Or do I play a wee Jimmy? No, that Hatate's joint with the other one. Do I play a wee Jimmy maybe? Wee Jimmy Forrest. How about we play Halstenberg and then Ida? If I can find Ida. Again, just de-risk that defence. I'm going to captain Ida. Spiked really hard last time he scored. Oh, crap. I actually don't care who the captain in that team is, so Dyson, fine. We might as well captain him since he's in every other blooming team. We've got 3 Dysons in play. We're probably going to get Dyson number 4 into this squad, which is going to be goalkeepered by Craig Gordon, who's playing Hearts. It makes playing the McGrath kind of hard in this team. We've went with one Vickers. Do we take a Scales or a Trusty? We also have Giazzi, but they're playing Bodo. So Bodo's last game of the season, it means a lot to them. Lillstrom, I think, are dead and buried now, aren't they, in the league? Don't think they've got any potential for safety, so they're screwed. They're done. So bit of a nothing game. And Bodo aren't officially champions, but they're going to finish in the top 2. They need the win. So yeah, Giazzi is definitely not something I want to look into this game week. Oh, we could play Hitate defender. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go Hitate defender. This is classic anyway, isn't it? We've not picked Rakitic yet. It's a big game. I don't know how well he'll do, but big game, big player. You know me. Do we have anyone hiding at the bottom here? Nobody that useful. So yeah, let's just slide Rakitic in. We've still got Broholm we could throw into that. And we've got double game week Falcao. Yeah, I don't mind that, by the way. And then 5th man, who were we after? Broholm. Yeah, I like that. That works for me. But it makes me think, did we maybe miss out on playing Broholm in the last team? Who did we play there? Hitate. So we could maybe just play Broholm there for a bit of safety. Aye, let's do that. Oh, we want to captain Ida, so we pick the goalkeeper. That's what we do. Harry, my man, good to see you. Just try to put together the Celtic Rubik's Cube before we get into member builds. Started a bit earlier, try and get this done and dusted by then. And no, we captained the goalkeeper, and this time it's Haustenberg that's been picked as captain. So let's try captaining Broholm. I don't mind captaining Broholm actually, because he's quite spiky. But it's went to Ida, so that's fine. Captain Ida. These are all sorted. Okay, cool. So then we get back to this. We've got Gordon. We've got Hitate defender. We don't have Broholm anymore. That's fine. But yeah, we've got Rakitic. We've got double game week Falcao. And then 5th man. I don't mind playing the Jimmy in here. Oh, we've also got another Bernardo. Let's maybe just smash that in. Could we have used that somewhere else? Actually, I forgot I've got 2 Bernardos in Classic. No, I don't think I would have played them over any of them. Yeah, this is fine. I'd play the other Bernardo in here rather comfortably, actually. I ran out of McGregor's. I don't mind playing Forest, but I think Bernie is going to be on for a big one, I think. Just Captain Hitate. I think I could see him starting and coming off at 60. Comes off the bench, he could do alright. So that's us up to 6 teams. And then this will be the Schmeichel one. So this is when I don't mind maybe taking a bit of risk because it's a really low division lineup. So I could go like, right, who I actually think the defence this weekend is Vickers and Scales. So could I go Vickers and Scales? Who do I think will play in midfield? I think it could be like Hitate McCowan. I'm really up in the air with, but otherwise it's going to be Bernardo McGregor, I think. And I think Forrest has got a really good shout of playing in this. So I think I would pick Forrest because even from the bench, he's basically the same guy. And then 5th up front, Kyogo needs us a coin toss. Still got another Dyson. Let's just use that. How many Dysons have I got? That's a classic, so we need to play in season for fifth man. So we can't play scales if we play the Dyson, which is fine. I think I would throw McKeown into this team. And I'd probably captain. Oh, let's see who the captain ends up being. Sorare, it's unreal. Fist bump, thank you very much. You've picked up your FC Barcelona season ticket for £1 a week, £4 a month. We do the lineup building streams for the members like we're doing tonight. We'll get to you guys in a minute. Requests are coming in, of course. And we do gallery reviews every Monday or Tuesday sometimes, where we're cracking open strategies, jumping into the market, looking at lineups and strategies, things to fix, things to upgrade, things to ditch, and kind of everything else in between. So yeah, I think they're the real teams of somewhat of subsequence. But I've still got Laidlaw, who's playing Celtic, so I wanted to put him in one of these teams here. And then we could maybe put Trusty here. We could put Hitate here. And then we need a classic. We've not really been using any Kyogos. He'll probably come off the bench if he doesn't start. And then do we go McGrath, Taylor, or Engels? McGrath's probably the safest. Let's just go McGrath. And I'll probably just captain him for the sake of it, really. So I can be a bit more confident with those other teams. And these are in-season teams, so like if they do all right, then it's a couple of quid they'll win if they do all right, but a bit of a stretch. And then this was a fifth man DNP. This was a DNP keeper. So I wanted to keep the other Laidlaw for like cap 220 or I don't need him for flying goalkeeper actually. Maybe I'll just put the other Laidlaw here. Cap 220, 44. Do we need him? We probably do. We've just got a Fraser Foster and some other stuff in. Let's have a wee peek at 220. Who would I want my goalkeeper to be? Good cap, decent fixture. Lassaneur at 44. Kellison, he's playing Barca, so that's probably not a bad place to put him. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just put the Laidlaw in that other limited division. Why not? And then we've got Taylor left. We've got Engels left. Oh, we're not going to see Palma in this game, are we? We might see Yang. This might be a team for Yang, by the way. Let's put Yang in a team. And the fifth man needs to be in season. I've not actually played any scales. We're looking at Quan now, aren't we? Unless we play Palma. So let's go Yang. And I think we take Quan. I don't really want to take Quan. Have I got money for an in-season Yang? Because he is like really cheap. I think I do. Oh no, maybe I don't. I'd rather just spend what's in my wee wallet here. Does this guy take ETH? No, he doesn't. Oh, it's number 69 as well. That's so funny. Yeah, the smooth boy, the captain thing, we've been trying to juggle it. If you want, we've worked out one combination, but it didn't seem to hold true across all the other teams, which was just a little bit frustrating. Sorry, that's 2-6. Sadly, not going to be able to use that little crumb of ETH that's in the balance to get the Yang, so just spend a couple of pennies to get that done. And then actually, I'm quite happy that I've got the Laidlaws in there because, like, if it does manage to get a wee jammy decisive somehow, least I've got him in like a really low priority lineup. There we go. Boom. And do we have it? We do. In the building. Yang. Now, what I think that might have done for me accidentally, because I just picked up on the Rocky the other day, because it was special edition. Boom. There we go. We're on 5% now. So I need to go back in and click all those teams. Everyone's now 1% better. So it's a kind of twofold win for me. So let's have a wee peek. Where were those teams? So Kasper Schmeichel is up 1% now. Right, I did have Captain Shaqiri. Don't change it. It did change it to Wanizek. So we'll go back in and do it again. I've only just started Cameron. I'm finishing up when it's went to Hornby. Is it just changing every time? Oh, this is going to be a killer for me having to go back in to upgrade my collection bonus. It's fucking Schmeichel. Yeah, sorry, I need to do something about this one. It's going to be a bad weekend. Somebody's not going to notice this, are they? It's literally just changing it randomly. Back to Shaqiri. That's cool. I'm nervous about this team because it's in... Let's go back to the goalkeeper and hopefully it gives us Berardi again. I'm a bit nervous for that team because it's in D1. Yes, we did it. And then I actually don't care who this is really, as long as it's... I don't care. I'm quite buzzing that they're all... I'm up to 5% except for the goalkeeper. I don't want it being the goalkeeper. I was going to say that, then I thought I don't want it to jinx me. Hausenberg. No, I'd rather not. Right, we've set the captain at Broholm. Brilliant. Don't need to do it with that lineup. Don't need to do it with that lineup. Don't need to do it with that lineup. Oh, Captain Hatate worked. And Captain... I don't think we had to do it with the classics, did we? Or maybe... No, we did. We tricked it with Cuisance and Miller. But Hatate, it seemed to work. A-OK. That's interesting. Right, so we've got the Laidlaw playing Celtic. I forget who the defence was now. But midfield, we're putting in Engels. Up front, we're putting in Yang. And then fifth man... So I think we're playing Taylor in defence. So we play Taylor and Scales in. Taylor, classic. Oh no, actually just dingy Scales for the... Just take like, 15% Jimmy. Yeah, something like that. Select captain. I'll try. I'll try. Forest. Yang. Maybe Captain Yang will be fun. Let's just leave that. So yeah, that's the Celtic collection. I feel like that's the contender strategy. I think I'm quite happy with that. I'm very nervous on centre-backs. Very nervous on defence, as you can see. I've done my bit, so I've got no double defence anywhere. A little bit of double mid, a little bit of double forward. And I'm very nervous. I actually think I've done really... I think I've improved these teams. I definitely have. I don't know... I can't quite put my finger on it. But I've definitely improved these teams from where they were before we came on. I'm rather happy with that. Now, I'm not going to take you through champion and all that caper. I do want to have a look at Barcelona ball. I do want to look at my top champion team now that we've had some Champions Leagues. I've now got Forster. So let's just filter this by rare. How many rare keepers have I got now? Killison, Lasseneur. We've already used All Black. Wow, I'm up to 6 champ keepers. Never thought I'd see the day. Vasilj, Foster. Wow, quite a lot of tough games here actually. Wow, yeah. I think Vasilj is keeper number 1. Guardiola against Liverpool. Robbo against City. Starfield away to Espanyol could be a very good game. Starfield's my favourite so far. Yeah, I think Starfield's my top champ defender. Interesting. Midfield, it's got to be Wirtz, hasn't it? Wirtz. A few other really good contenders here as well. Pardon the expression. Olmo. Yeah, it's going to be Wirtz and Olmo, isn't it? And who's up front? Cherky against Nice. Take, we'll see if he plays tonight. Sane. Tati's playing Parma. Openda playing Wolfsburg. Could be good. Could be good. Jota playing St Etienne. Ooh, I think we take that. By the way, I think we take that. And then do we get Almond? The guys, look at this. Look at this for a sandwich collection stack of sorts. No problem, Cameron. Thanks for picking up your season ticket again. And it is Captain Jota till I die, but he's not really given us that form quite yet, has he? So I think it was Captain Wirtz on form. I'm actually quite hopeful for that team. Forward, like, I could be convinced to play Cherky. Let's put it like that, but I think it's quite a good D1 team. I like the fixtures. I like the differentialness of it. Yeah, I'm quite chuffed with that. Right, let's get some requests built. Let's get you guys done. We've been here for, wow, way longer than I would have liked. But I wanted to get through that before I could really give my all to you guys. Now, the FC Barcelona members, it's £1 a week, £4 a month to get your season ticket on YouTube membership. If you don't give me your bank details, cancel at any time. And as you've just seen with Cameron M, rejoin any time as well. The club is always open to all of our fans, whether they're here all season long or they just come in for the glory days when we're winning stuff, you know, or whatever. I don't know what the banter would be. But DD was up first. Just double checking. Yeah, that DD was in first. Love that. Any other requests in and behind him? Touch my lineup so far, so hope can get some help building. Mr. A. Wallen, I'll count that as a request. You were second. David Taylor, chat, banter, Harry Trade, banter. How early should I start looking at MLS with transfers, etc.? I never really followed it. Sorare, it's unreal. Now, you're a brand new member, mate, so I'll just put this here the now, right? We'll talk about it in a second. XD Rai, you were in just before Cameron got his season ticket back up. So let's get you in there. Then let's get Cameron M. Apocalypto. And then Charlie's telling me that Pareo isn't suspended. It's been rescinded. That's lovely. I didn't really ignore him on purpose there, but I love the catch, Charlie. Thanks very much. I'm kind of half excited for the Valencia stack. I can't lie. Like, it is double forward. Like Diego Lopez, he did come in good on debut for FC Barcelona with a decisive. He's not really got those big peaks yet. You know, he's still like, oh, you can only start to dream that some of this comes back maybe. But if Valencia do better, he'll be involved. I'm quite confident on that. I like Hugo Duro. But the funny thing is like, I wanted to get a Hugo Duro card when he first came out. And a lot of Valencia fans, I say a lot, I'm talking about 3 or something like that. Whenever I was like, oh, I like the look of this guy, and they're always like, no, he's bad, he's shit, and all that. And then ever since then, like, he seems pretty good to me. You know what I mean? I think it was back here where he wasn't like always, and again, this cuts off short now, but it wasn't always in the team, and he was coming in sometimes and getting decisives. But Wee Man's been on it. And yeah, he's not got mad scores, but he's a finisher. And if they start winning games, again, similar to Diego, they'll be involved. And the boy Pepelu, yeah, like, love that. And then Gaia, Spain international. This guy's going to be like a Jesus Navas type, you know, in a couple of years where he'll be playing there till he's like 40. He's just coming back from injury and he just doesn't lose possession, man. Like, he's tidy. I think it's got bones, by the way. I think it really does. No other defenders I like the look of. 1 or 2 of them have some chops, but I've got more midfielders in this as well. I've got Baranachia and Guerra, so I've got a wee bit of versatility. Can you do one lineup for each of the main comps? Yeah, Sorare, it's unreal. That's no problem. Well, you had a little spot anyway, so let's put you here. Sorare, it's unreal. I'm guessing that's not the name of your club, mate, so you need to tell me your club name. But in terms of the MLS stuff, right, so some MLS clubs are going to be like active really quickly, and some of them won't be. It really depends on the club and what their policy is. Earlier today, and I'm talking about literally like an hour ago or something, Choupo-Moting has been announced to sign for the New York Red Bulls. They did a good move, obviously, with Forsberg last year. They've got some decent players. Choupo-Moting for me is like Benteke. Like, he will do great in MLS. Like, he's a guy that has just always been at a very high level of football. And, Bernadeschi and Insigne, there is guys that don't make the crossover happen. But I think Choupo-Moting, the thing that's kept him at the top of football is his game intelligence, is his physical attributes to be able to press and hold up positions and all the rest of it. It's very Red Bull, what he brings. And alongside that, they've got to the conference finals. They just beat New York, of course, in the semi-finals, New York City. So you kind of need to be ready to pounce on guys. And the thing with MLS is, like, you don't want to actually get too hung up on a stack. I wonder about he looks pretty cheap here. I don't know how good he actually does do, in all honesty, but I think I'm not saying he'll do Benteke numbers, but see how Benteke's been at a crap team and still being effective? Like Choupo-Moting, I think you whatever level he actually does have, that we've all been wondering why PSG and Bayern Munich kept signing him, you'll see, I think, very quickly. And he's in the right environment where it might actually pay off. He's been training with the best of the best for the last, like, 8 years or something, it feels like. So he's definitely got plenty in the tank. He's definitely got a point to prove, and he's definitely a way out to earn some money. So you can't, for MLS transfers, you just kind of really need to be hot on the button. And so what you're looking for is two things, right? You're looking for standalone cards, like a Choupo-Moting. Maybe he's just a great forward for this year. And you're also then looking for guys that come into a team that you like the look of. Now, the best teams to follow in MLS are the ones that don't change manager, okay? So when you're having your analysis on MLS from this season, teams that are not going to be changing their manager this year are on your shortlist. Anyone that does change manager, don't look at them. You cannot take those guys from the beginning of the season. You could, and it might work out, but it's a very hard thing to forecast and build a strategy on. You're looking for the teams that, let's even look at this, right? Form over the last 10, let's say, right? Who do we have? Minnesota, Houston, Dallas, St. Louis. I wonder if that teaches us anything. Maybe not. MLS, they do kind of, if they're dead, they do give up towards the end of the season. So you don't really get any back end of the season, stories or whatever as much. But yeah, any team that keeps their manager, any team that's quite consistent in their transfer policy, their squad build, etc., are always good. Columbus have got all the boxes ticked, really. I would rule Miami out because of the Mascherano effect. Like, I don't think it really holds them back, but it's hard to back. Like, Suarez has just signed a new contract as well today or yesterday. So Suarez and Messi are obviously, like, kind of fine, aren't they? But in terms of anyone else coming into this team, I wouldn't be too high or excited on them because you don't know if they'll hit the ground running. You don't know what change of tactics Mascherano will have. Other players that are, just missing the apostrophe. Awesome, thanks very much, mate. I'll just copy and paste what you've got here. It's cool they give you special characters. So yeah, you want teams that don't change manager. You want teams that are relatively consistent enough in the build, and then when they do add a Choupo-Moting in, they need a guy like him. They've been waiting for that guy to come, and now he's here. Hartel was a bit of a success story to that same tune in effect. Like, St. Louis and some of the newer teams that have joined the league have learned the mistakes of other franchises in years gone by. And although they've not had their best year, they had a nice start to their life last season. Like, some of those teams are the ones to watch out for. I'm always interested to see Colorado. They've always seemed to have something fun and interesting going on in their squad. Seattle are just, like, I always say to anyone that's new to MLS, like, Seattle for me is like the Man United, kind of. I know Galaxy is kind of like the big team of, like, what everyone thinks about. And LA and Miami and one or two of the other new boys are maybe disrupting that. But Seattle is the team that are always in the playoffs. Seattle are the team that could just win the cup this year, or whatever. And their squad, their build isn't too exciting, but it must be said. In parts. Anyway, I digress. We'll do your lineups as well at Sunreal, Sorare at Sunreal. So you want to identify a squad that you can try and get some sort of foundation in. I wouldn't call it a stack because you don't want to be married to it, but, like, a couple of defenders, your keepers there, couple of mids, whatever. And if they get transfers in, you get on them. And then if you just need to keep your ear to the ground for the Choupo-Motings of this world to happen, and if you like the look of them, where they're going to go, the style of player, then you just get them in, because to play MLS successfully, you need to have you need to have DPs. You need to build a fantasy team of DPs. The problem is there's just not many good defender ones, and there's no goalkeeper ones that are worth mentioning. So it's basically picking your poison in defence and forward and the combinations you play them in. Right. DD. Building one best SR and best rare. A lot of options. Now, DD, I don't know how you feel, right? Let's have a look at... do we have an all-star so we can just see an overview of region and stuff like that? I'm going to assume champ is probably where we're cooking, right? But I'm tempted with my best super rare team this game week to play flying goalkeeper, because it's actually a little bit the thing I wanted to do on this. Sorry, DD, I won't delay it any longer, but all of my goalkeepers this game week, for super rare especially, are pretty minging. I can't even do it on this. I should have just went to some other game mode. Sorare away to Real Madrid. Bologna at home to Valencia, but Skorupski's jailbait these days. Killison away to Barca. Mandanda's quite good actually, isn't it? At home to Senatian. That should be fine. But yeah, so I might pick one team and then I might fly and goalkeeper the rest of them. And the prizes in this, like if you are multi-region, start at the top, the boxes at the good parts are pretty healthy. So just an interesting thought. Because your goalkeeper, that's a decent enough game. Muric is okay enough. Miyake, it's okay enough, isn't it? None of them are great. What do we have in defence? All champ, this is. Let's have a wee quick peek into contender. And Charlie. Yeah, Charlie, you've got a bunch. Goalkeepers. Guns back in the building. Ollie's has got an okay game. And Schmidt for Portsmouth away to Swansea. I think flying goalkeeper scores will be too high. 220 has a similar pool with about a third of the people. Really? 163 super rare 220. 217. Yeah. I thought the prize pool looked distinctively big. Oh, it might have been at rare and stuff like that. Because at rare, we get 3 stars, and for this, do we get 2 maybe? Yeah. That's how I kind of gauged what one to maybe chase at over the other. Most roster decisions have been made in the past week or two, so quite easy to see who has open DP spots. Great, Charlie. And which old goalkeepers are staying on or not can start to, yeah. Great insight, Charlie, as ever, mate. Love that. And then let's have a look at contender. Oh, good keepers. There's your guy, Bomb. Let's look at him since he's here. Yeah, that looks good. I said he was a left back. I thought Celtic might sign him. Maybe I just seen what I wanted to see. Yeah, I think Champ is the place to be here. But is there a... See my gallery, like yours, DD. What does 220 look like? Do I have any cheat codes? Any of you guys that are super cheap? A 35 keeper there and Schmidt. That's pretty good. Although it's a terrible game and all the rest of it. And then we've got a double A 43 Bayer against Bayern. That's not double A for me. Gobo against your goalkeeper. 46 Chardonnay. Bruno G on a 51. Benjamin Andre. Alexandro. Ballard in a 47, but tough match. Demirovic, oh, that's a great 43 forward. Boyamo at 46 is appealing, I think. Away to Sevilla. Very good match. Saliakis is good as well, 45 actually. Yeah, I think there may be a buff 220 in here somewhere. Yeah, where's that Saliakis went? Unless there's somebody better, but I like the look and the cost of him. Saliakis, boom. It's an in-season card. Now, taking away from in-season is it's a tough thing to do. Weaver on a 36, is he on to play? Weaver over O'Reilly, do you think? Not wrong button. In-season as well. Sorry, mate, so we're giving you the fear, I'm sure. 104 points remaining. Let's click on. Do we have any cheap forwards? I was going to like try and just find the best cheap player in extra, and then see if we have a great forward remaining. Oh yeah, we had Demirovic at 43. I thought we had a forward. Excellent. And then when we come to extra, we've got 61 points remaining. Oh, you're so close to. I don't even think we could save the points to get in a Sarah or a Mertens or a Kuhn. Yeah. They're all on 63. That's a whitey. Joveljic. Højbjerg 67. Right, we're definitely not getting any cheaper than. Oh, yeah, I don't think we can get any cheaper. I think we've done as well as we can here. 61 points left over is brilliant. Let's just double check Demirovic is on to play. Because I know Stuttgart up front have had some rotation. Yeah, he's on to play. This is very close to being a super team, by the way. We could play Depay. They're playing 17th in the league. That could be good. Golovan's got a tough game. Weaver's only rated a C. He has 36 points, you know, like he should do alright. We're not going to get anyone cheaper than 36 here, are we? 35 on the bench. Yeah. So gutted we can't get an absolute smasher. Do we have an improvement on Saliakis? So let's see, cheaper than 45. 40 Nealis. Not a great game, but that might be the way to success here, by the way. 45, that's par. We need 44 or less. Well, what do we need? We need 43 or less. 39. Gieselman or Giebelman? Ooh. Dev attack. Second versus 10th. What are you all about? I thought I genuinely didn't have a history there. So his best game is really crap, but it's very 220. Especially if we're going to get a smasher in. Who was the other one? Gieselman? What's your makeup like? It's kind of the same. But he's more subby. But when he starts, he's a wee bit better. I wonder if he's on to start. We'll check that in a second. Who was the other one? I think that was it, wasn't it? Gieselman, Devatek, Makito Ito. Don't like the fixture. Ooh. Maximilian Hoffman. What's your deal? He's projected to start, and when he starts, he doesn't look that bad. Can we just put starts in? He starts pretty well, and he plays for Rapid Vienna. Same as Hoffman, wasn't it? I don't see him. Yeah, I don't think he's actually on to start. That's a gutter. Um, Bakary. Gattoni on a 37. Is he on to play? Does he score well? He can score okay. Where's the RGs? Nope. Don't see him either. Some of these guys are just a bit frustrating, aren't they, at the bottom? Leo Dubois a 41. Oh, he's playing Galatasaray, but screw that. So we have a solution. We have a solution. But which is the best solution? 43 and below. Neelis, what are you all about? Oh, he can just kill you, can't he? But playoff final. I don't know if I trust a centre back like that. And then the next one we had to look at was. So let's check if Gesselman and Devitek are going to start. I like Gesselman as my first pick if he's going to start. It's Firth away to Ulm. Firth, do we see a Gesselman here? We do. Left wing back. I think he's a little bit better than the other guy. Average opposition score is good as well. A little bit better than this other guy. I think I would take him. And then that means we've got 67 points remaining. Could even go all the way to Højbjerg if we wanted. But I think we take Gabriel Sara if he's on to play. If not, you can take anyone. That's a build. Galatasaray team's not here yet. So annoying that so many SD lineup predictions are nowhere near accurate. Yeah, always got to double check them. Sorry guys, I need to catch up with the chat. Sorry. Charzan Champ, have you seen the Christmas Advent calendar? We've had a look at it. I think we'll probably chat about it more on the Friday night stream. Go fuck Friday nights tomorrow with a bunch of guests like we had last week. I can't imagine it being much different to what we've seen already in the past, like buy cards and get tickets and essence and stuff. I might do Captain Roulette this weekend, might finally get it right. Alex Coombs is on the request board as well after Apocalypto. Let's load you up, Alex. And then I'll just need to make sure I catch up with the chat, guys. There's lots of good stuff coming in. So there, AP, can I get a lineup builder, please? We do lineup builders, mate, for all the channel members. Anyone who's got their FC Barcelona season ticket, you can get that by clicking on the comment that's pinned in the live chat. There's also a join button just below the screen. It's £1 a week, £4 a month. We do lineup building every Thursday. We also do gallery reviews every week on a Monday, normally Monday or Tuesday. And proper gallery reviews, cracking your gallery open and really going ham on it. All those videos are out there. You can go and check them out. We also have a Telegram group. Telegram is just like WhatsApp and Discord had a baby, but it's way better. And all my limiteds I win. We give away to the season ticket holders. So for £4 a month, £1 a week, best bang for a buck you're going to find out there. So I can't build your lineups unless you've got a season ticket, mate. BR4, good to see you. I'm thinking of buying a couple of rare Apolos. Has been dropped for now, but think they will try and get rid of Bodart in January. Yeah, I can see that. I love backup keepers. I'm going to have a video coming out on them shortly. And yeah, that's definitely one I'll add to the list. I wasn't really conscious of that. So I think, DD, I think that's like, in terms of like trying to maybe, you know, zig and zag, that's a really good team. Lineup strength 72. I think it'd be hard pressed to beat that. Like in that division, not you building a lineup or something, you know, but enough homes, you know, too. Flying goalie, do you have anything that's mad powerful? It's a good thing about you, mate, with your kind of global gallery. I've got kids over for a play date with my kids. Sorry if you can hear that. have a peek at this. Now we can't pick. We can't really do flying goalkeeper and Sorare lineup data builder, can we? So can you just pick 5 mids? I'm under 23. Just been asking me DD for the. Oh, this is just wonky. There we go. Got it. Under 23, we've not got any keepers. That's fine. And what? I'll come back to this in a second. What in seasons do you have? I can't do it here either. Quite a fair amount. Let's go to champs. Yeah, I don't think the Weaver's really taking anything away from this, is it? Don't really get that solid. I know some of these guys are fine and all the rest of it, but Satara of that. You selling them? No, you just bought them. But yeah, it's classic for the most part, isn't it? MLS guys are also a different story. Contenders. Yes, it's mainly classic. I think that I wish we could do a final a flying goalie build here. I know Champ Classic, you're going to have some good guys. Goalkeeper wise, I'm probably taking Muric away to Forest. I don't think that's a derby as such, but like, I don't think geographically they're that far away from each other, are they? Thanks very much, Paul. I look forward to catching you later for that cold beer. Have a good day, my man. Yeah, Saliakis or Boyomo. I'll probably take Saliakis because he's at home. And in midfield, Højbjerg being at home probably helps him a little bit, but Monaco they now are really hard to go against now. Is Palacios going to play for Leverkusen? Because if he does, he's quite powerful. He can make the difference. Probably the level of mid that we all want to have in one of our top teams. Interesting. They think Aliyesh is going to play the weekend. Well, that'd be fucking good for me. Let's check Liga Insider. Leverkusen's so hard to predict. They got Sabitzer coming back into midfield. No Kuto. Yeah. I'd probably more expect it to be like this. Palacios, Andrich. I've got 2 predictor files open. Andrich. Yeah. Interesting. I wonder when this got last updated, but the lower the number, the better for these things. Bruno G, bit of a knock. I like Stiller. Good game for him. Yeah, I like Stiller. I like Gall. I like a lot of your mids. They're actually just tough to pick this week. I think Stiller's quite safey, isn't he? But Golovin or Højbjerg will rip. You know, whoever gets the better of who, maybe directly 1v1 or in the match. Inside has Palacios at 70% too. Yeah. Let me go Palacios. Cunha at home, hard to go against that, isn't it? Perrin, I know Harry loves and is on a heater at the moment. I think Cunha's heater is more powerful. Eric Smith. Or then do we take one of the French boys? Eric Smith's not bad. It's the sort of game as well where he should do alright. Wissa against Leicester, that could be good, by the way. Still got Stiller. Paqueta, nah. Not too exciting this week for that. Yeah, the fifth man's a bit tougher. I like Wissa just for the Wissa factor, especially at Leicester, just changing manager and stuff like that. Yeah, they've not even appointed anyone, have they? It feels this guy's so good, but it feels like he's not getting into the teams a wee bit weird. I suppose, yeah, he did. He's not perfect, is he? And then Golov and Højbjerg, you kind of need to split them up anyway. So do you maybe just pick one of them for this team and just back them? How's Højbjerg done in France against the better clubs? 3-0 loss with PSG. Even just a tight game, 65, 1-0 loss, 43. Yeah, like this game against Lyon and Nice and stuff. Yeah, he's kind of fixture proof, Højbjerg, I feel. Golovin. What are you like against some of the better teams? Did well against Benfica and Brest, back-to-back matches, of course. Leo, okay. Rennes, not okay. Barca, whatever. Out for ages. PSG, good. Ooh, that's a tough one. I think Højbjerg's quite safe. I think I would just take the Højbjerg on safety. Captain Cunha. I think I'd be looking at that, mate. 77 strength isn't bad. Højbjerg, Golovin, or Wissa is a really powerful free man toss on who to go for there. Yeah, no in seasons on the 23s or anything. Let's have a look at rare. I'm going to assume we'll do this for champ. Don't think 220 would be as good as smashing one of these divisions. Division 2 this is. So let's see, yeah, great amount of goalkeeper choices here. And yeah, we might need to division select on this one. I do think Mamadashvili is a great shout. Maybe under 23 could be cheat Cody. At rare level for you. For Bruggen at home at Southampton. Schruben away to Aruka. Fafana, Le Havre, Heidel against Blauschweins, whatever they're called. Flamengo against Utrecht, first versus second. Third versus first this week for the German team we've mentioned a few times tonight, Elfsberg. Yeah, I think I would go with the Flamengo. Wirtz. Musiala. Stoikers against his former club. That is his former club, isn't it? Yeah, I think Wirtz and Stoikers is a great double mid. Who's up front? Tazolis against Dender. Say no more. '86. Fucking right it is. Probably captaining him because he's very 100 capable after that 7-0 win last weekend. That's a great rare team, that. It's basically Challenger with Wirtz, isn't it? Yes, and Truden lost 7-0 in the last game as well. Spot on, of course. That was the Bruges game we just referenced, of course. Don't know why I didn't connect those dots. Thanks very much, Cameron. So yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm at it. For yourself, DD, I don't know if there's anything else that would be overly helpful. Sorare AP, you've went and got yourself a basic donation, mate. The season ticket is £4 a month, £1 a week. You can support the channel by donating, but the people that donate are not interested in perks or anything like that, mate. So I think you've picked the wrong thing. The way to fix that is by cancelling it and going back into it again. A wee bit of clicking and popping around, but it's not too bad. Many people have managed to get through it. A-okay, buddy. Um, so yeah, that 220 feels good to me. Nice global lineup. I'd like to try the flying keeper build for you, DD, but it's just not really. It's quite hard to do. Because you could just go Sarah. We have a champion team out as well, yeah. You could just go Sarah. None of these guys. Cunha, Palacios, Heuberger, Golovin, Wissa. I would maybe try that. See how it makes you feel inside. If that feels like a good team, but I think that's where we're at, buddy. Wallen, what were we after? We'll only get 29 cards, so oh yeah, Wallen, your stuff's pretty straightforward, I think, isn't it? Right, goalkeeper number 1. I think I'm going to take Uner style because he's at home. Ollie will be team 2, I think. Bascagli's your team 1 guy. Sarah, get a great game as we've seen already. And then an attack. Negley's game is cool. Broom is against Uner style, so we'll avoid that. Berghuis, is he back in the team? Is Berghuis back in the team? You can hear my voice starting to go again. Sorry. Oh, we don't have him here, but yeah, if he's back in the team, Berghuis. He's back. So let's see how it goes. That's what to watch out for. Parrot against Heracles. Let's do that. And then 5th man, we could take the Mignan. How did he score the last couple of games? His averages are going up. Yeah, 72, 52, 80. He's kind of happening again. He could be 5th man here. Or Berghuis. And then the bench team, we've got Olish. I'm going to go Cassius. I think you have to take Tom. Let's take Broom. And I'm probably taking Berghuis. And then the 3rd team, Bradenhorst away at Feyenoord is not good. I think I'd probably take the St. Jago. Julian Bass has to come in. And then Loritz and Negley. Good luck for the weekend, Lizard King. Thank you very much. Sorry, I thought I missed something else. Just had a friendly against you in MFL. You edged me 3-2. Did I? Love to hear that. I've not looked at MFL. I'm not going to do it right now. I'll need to check it out later. But we're halfway through the transfer window. It's the best time to get started. It's like Football Manager, but we all play it together. It's good. Some videos on the channel in case you're looking to get involved in that. But yeah, Wallen, I think with your Challenger stuff, that's kind of the way I would lay them out. Yeah, Zwol can drop a dagger performance. Cameron M sounds like the voice of experience there. Just missing the atmosphere. Oh, the apostrophe. Sorry, I'm just a tube today. Can you do one each for the main comps? Prem, Champ, Contender, Chally? Let's do it. Prem, Robert Bobbert is nah. Take him last. How's he 31% chance at a clean sheet, but Emi Martinez is 15? That's fucking upside down, that is. Away to Man United for Pickford. Raya away to West Ham. That is tough, mate. West Ham just beat somebody that I had them on to get spanked by, didn't they? Newcastle. Did West Ham beat Newcastle last week? The Veerman possible minutes is tempting me now that he's been back in the group training. Also packed a sweet rare card in MFL yesterday. So chuffed. Love that. Had his wall stack for 3 months when I joined the game. Thank God divisions didn't exist. Yeah, West Ham just beat Newcastle. So that's a dodgy one. I'm probably just going with class here and just going with Emmy. Although Man United haven't been scoring that much and Everton could frustrate them, but new manager, new tactics, maybe something going on there. Liverpool City is a hard game to get behind. One side, I guess you need to pick one and go for it, but the Chelsea defence. Trent's out, isn't he? I'm not imagining that. No Liverpool team in yet. I'm probably going to take Robbo here. Odegaard against West Ham away works fine for me. This is tough, isn't it? I would rather take Palmer, right? But who's our keepers we've got? Do I think Villa get the clean sheet? No. Do I think Emmy? Just take the Raya. Don't be too clever with it. That's what I'm going to do. Palmer. And then fifth man, it's probably Saka. I don't mind somebody like Tielemans or somebody else a bit funky like that. 92 strength. That's a quality team, isn't it? Let's see, Champ, what we're cooking with. Galashe at home to Wolfsburg is good. Wolfsburg don't score many goals. Merit away to Torino is not too far the same. Vasilj, I think, is a great pick this weekend. Nobody else really jumps out as a good... Yeah, I think Galashe is a good enough pick. How nailed is he? But I'm always just waiting for that day Van de Voort gets in. Not yet. It's been stinking in the Champions League as well. Oh, nice. By the way, love your defender choices here. I'm going Buongiorno. In midfield. Oh, Grifo, by the way. Home of Gladbach is a good game for him. Yeah, let's go Grifo. Your forward choices are tough. Very tough. I'd maybe take Hugo. The Girona guys could be okay. Morgan Rogers could work. You probably do want to take your Atalanta guys, but I think Sesko on paper, like double decisives, are kind of on the cards for a game like this. Your forwards is really tough to pick. The Spider-Man in the team, you just got a man of the match in the Champions League. Spider-Man is in the team. I think that's the way I would go. Or you could have some bravery and pick like a Madueke or somebody else, but I think Alvarez is quite solid. I'm tempted to go double Napoli defence. I always like Schlorbeck, but that's a game that goes against might harm him a bit. Could be like a yellow card and stuff. Di Lorenzo, again, double Napoli defence feels appealing here. Tielemans could be okay. Yeah, you're really kind of screwed this week on really, some of your cards playing each other, but even the ones that aren't like tough games. There's not many like, oh yeah, lean into this fixture. That'll go your way. Bellanova. Hmm. Miguel's a good shout. Miguel Gutierrez is my favourite for fifth man at the moment because he gets fantastic all around, and he's been basically playing left wing, left forward the last couple of weeks. And Girona like were crap again in the Champions League, but I feel like with Saganikov not coming back, they're kind of half getting their act together, but kind of try to do it as a work in progress. Yellow bread. Pepelu. Pepelu not back. Pepelu could be good. Yeah, is Pepelu not back? Have I just jumped the gun by playing him this week? I should have checked it first. Valencia. So they don't think it's certain for Pepelu. I don't know how he doesn't come back into the team unless he's been bombed. Let's check. Let's check the newspapers. What do they think? Hmm. They still think Baranachea over Pepelu. I suppose he did well last week, so maybe they just don't want to disrupt the winning formula. So okay, I'll need to change my Pepelu, and that means we don't get to pick your Pepelu. Wonder if there's anyone else here hiding. Yeah, so I quite like Saganikov, by the way. Saganikov could be. I should check Girona quickly. 50-50. He's just coming back from injury, so that is a bit spicy. There's Miguel and Arndt. Yeah, it's kind of more. It's a weird shape they're taking up these days. But Miguel's getting a lot of great all around from it. Is there a free tab that we can look at? There he's here. Let's have a look. Miguel. Is it my bias, or is he actually doing as well as I think he is? Yeah, it's a bit of my bias. Well, since that 82 happened, that feels like yesterday to me. He's played 4 more games and been shit. But he was building it up. He was building it up. And look, attacking mid, left mid, centre defensive mid. Best left back in the world outside of the top teams. Yeah, your fifth man here is pretty tough, buddy. I like Miguel. Sabitzer, tough game. Van de Beek, tough game. Morgan Rogers, I like also. Again, Chelsea are not keeping a clean sheet. Like, I don't care what anyone says. Robert Sanchez against Aston Villa does not keep a clean sheet. We don't have a Villa team here yet. Is that? Let's go Rogers. Rogers or Watkins, maybe. Let's see what Watkins' form's like. 0-0 with Juve. Well done, Villa. How did McGinn score? 39. I knew it would be one of those games. But let's see Watkins, sorry. He's not scored as many goals this season. Who are they playing again, Villa? Chelsea. I want to see him against Chelsea. Especially at the bridge, because they're away, aren't they? 2-2 against Chelsea, didn't do anything. Played 90 minutes. And then the last time they played at the bridge should be about here somewhere. No, it's not. Unless we need to go back further in time. 2024. This year, March. Yeah, I guess we would need to go back further than a year. Okay. All time. And then we're looking for Chelsea at the bridge. That's, they won 1-0 and he scored. How did the team look that day? Diaby Zaniolo, wee Dougie, wee Booby. Wow, that's a throwback Villa team, isn't it? It was only a year ago. Look at their team, how much it's changed as well. But aye, Robert Sanchez, wow, no clean sheet. They brought in 69. Fair fucks to him, by the way. Could be a very similar defence like Colwell and one or two others. Palmer off the bench. They had no idea what they were doing back then, did they? Yeah, your fifth man is so hard to pick. Kvaradona, Di Lorenzo. Yeah, maybe just go with a Di Lorenzo or who's the best Napoli defenders? Is it Di Lorenzo or Oliveira? Maybe go double fullback. Oh, he's fun. Yeah, Oliveira's on it. And what about Di Lorenzo? Are you cooking again? Oh, he's a wee bit more hit and missy. Yeah, I think I would take the Oliveira. Yeah. Double Napoli defence. I don't know who the captain is for that team. Apocalypto, great minds, mate. Great minds. Just seen your comment there as well. But yeah, your fifth man's very tough, mate. Hope that helps somewhat. Challenger, what are we cooking with here? This will be interesting. HVC, Olafsson against Bottom. I think he's your guy. Or Van Kronbrugger. I think this is your guy. Hanko at home to them. Sign me up. Huang in the bum. Does he score good in those games, but at home to rubbish? He's like good for 10 to 15 AA. And then kind of get decisive. It's kind of what I see when I look at that. Hainan away to St Truden, who just got pumped last weekend. His form's he's kind of the same, isn't he? But he's got the potential to get to 20 AA, a bit clearer. Both get great games. Might even pick up both of them. But if I was to pick one, yeah, I'd probably go Hainan. Stoikers. Yeah, and then fifth man will be the other mid. Who are we just wrestling on again? Huang. Oh, Ondrika. Ondrika could be the fifth man. Yeah, let's look at Ondrika. Aye, he's still holding up his end. And I'm probably a Captain Stoikers kind of guy. And then contender, final one for you, buddy. Kastenmeier, Zelenika, all in tough games. Schubert, oh, there's a blast from the past. Old Marcus Schubert, who would have thought it? Eh? I think you kind of have to take Heidel in goals here. Just got all the boxes ticked. Jonas Auer is the only one I really know here. These other guys look interesting, but Setkovic, yeah, he looks fun. I've seen this guy's name around, but I don't really know what he's up to. He's quite fun as well. And what does Auer look like? Is he smashing? He's very fullbacky, isn't he? Yeah, I think I like this guy best. Zetterer, we know what he's all about. But he's away to. Oh yeah, I think we would take Mamadou here. think you need to take the Belgio here. And then fifth man can be someone out with the stack. Like the Zetner. Or Obermeyer. Yeah, I'm going to go Zetner. Maybe just captain him for the... Nah, maybe captain Sangar. Hard to say. Zelenika is not a tough game. Varazadine are massive favourites. Fifth versus sixth, I suppose they're big favourites. Is it better than Heidel? Fair enough, I've maybe discounted that, but 63% chance to win. Clean sheet isn't maybe as likely on paper, but this is also on a Friday, mate. 29th is Friday, isn't it? Yeah, Zelenika plays on a Friday. We'll avoid that one on this case. There we go, buddy. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope the teams help you out. Hope you smash promotions and get some cash, get some boxes. And then XD Rye. We're up to 21 cards now, by the way. Loving it. Let's look at champion season. What do we have overall? So Rono and Flecken we're playing with. Rono, Leverkusen's a good game for him. Flecken's probably got a slightly better one. We've got Mittelstadt in season. Mattia Vite, I'm guessing you won him. Schlotterbeck, we spoke about him last week, didn't we? Mayer, that'd have been a good game to have him for as well. But yeah, Mittelstadt. No problem. So Sorare, it's unreal. Thanks for coming in, mate. Feel free to hang out for the rest of the show, of course. Your double mid is going to work out quite well here, I think. Kane against Dortmund or Lukaku. I think I'd maybe take Lukaku against Torino if he's on to play. Kane's in such good form, isn't he? Champion season. I'd go champion season and maybe champ classic. Rono, not a great match. Stupian, nice fullback potential. Party, you know. Then you've still got Rom. I'd probably put Big Larson next to him. He's got a good enough game to get behind. Captain Stupian. That's what I would go with, right? Get into champs, use the Flecken. And then go classic champ with the Rom. Kane is away. Maybe keep your eyes peeled on... How does the Napoli team look? No Torino. How does the league table sit at the moment? I know it's very tight, but where are Torino? Is what I'm more interested in. Napoli need the points. They'll be going for it, trying to hang on at the top, of course. And Torino, 16 goals in 13 games. Only 19 conceded, but they're no mugs in that sense. They're not going to get battered at home. Torino, 6-6, 2-2-2. Bang average. Low scoring game. Feels like on the cards there. So yeah, I'll probably stick with what we've got there, XD. 11th. Oh, Apocalypto. You're so quick, man. You're so quick. So we get Cameron M, Apocalypto. We've got 3 left, and then we'll be up to speed, guys. I might take a wee pause for the cause. Wow. John Lucimi, or John Lucumi, whatever we're calling him, from Bologna, is a real option for Barcelona in January. His release clause is 25 million euros. Can you imagine Lucumi next to Ronald Araujo and Jules Koundé and whoever they end up having as a left back? That's a real, that's a attack defence, that, isn't it? Barca rumours, but how many of them are real? You know, how many of them are made up? It's kind of forever the problem, isn't it? So we'll get Cameron in, we've got Apocalypto. Yeah, I'm tempted to take a wee. I need to go to the Toodaloo. So I'm tempted to go relieve myself for a minute. Evening, Quinny. How was the youth game yesterday? Ian, Sorare. It was a good game of football, but it was very boring. Celtic won the game 1-0. If you haven't caught it already, there'll be a video out on the Celtics Are Here channel. I've got a little kind of match day thing. I get to interview the manager after the game as well, which is always fun. And they've been very well viewed so far. We did it for Leipzig and for Bratislava. This one was like, it was a good game. I won't spoil anything for the video in case you want to catch it, Ian, but like it was a good game. I highly recommend anyone that can go to those matches do. Very inexpensive football experience, you know, and it's like Bruges were really good. I'll tell you this, actually, I was trying to tell Harry this. I wonder if they've got cards. Is it Basiwu? There he is. This wee guy, no cards on sale. This wee guy was one of the best players on the pitch. And he's 16. It says somewhere else I was looking, he was 15. He was so good, this wee guy. Didn't really do anything in the game, but you can tell he's going to go on and do some decent things. Let's look at the Bruges. Oh, players. So that was a goalkeeper, Axel de Kort. Jonas Spielers. He's not there anymore. Granados. I think he did play. But Basuwu, Furo, these front three, all of them played. Actually, I think Furo was the big target man, wasn't he? All three of them played. All three of them will make the first team at some point. The Basuwu one, I'm going to follow him. He was the most impressive. And I really like their fullback who... Can we just look at the Bruges squad? I wonder if Bruges... Harry did this for me yesterday. Thanks again, Harry, on his stream. But he did it on Sorare Data. And you can't really see if they've got pictures and cards and stuff. No, none of those guys. None of those guys. And there's Furo. He's here, but he's not got a picture. Does he have a card? Nah. How old is he? 17. We'll follow him as well. He was quite good without being great. But the left back, guys, the left back, or was it the right back? His name is Van de Perry. Van de Per. He was brilliant. He was brilliant. NXT team is always bringing through talent. No doubt we'll see get a few cards in the future. Yeah. Mine is in season D1, then in season D2, then classic D1, then in season D3, and then that whatever you want classic lineup is decided already. Cool. Right, cool. Cameron, you're up next, I think. Anyway, so I've got that there. I'm just going to take 2 minutes, guys. I need to go to the Toodaloo, and then we'll get cracked into more lineup building. But just give me a wee moment. I'll put the little pause music on, and we'll BRB. Sorry about that, guys. We're back. um, Not surprising that they have good fullbacks. MDCCs and Sabah all have been in their youth since they were like 5. Yeah, this guy definitely felt like one of them. Like, I'm just double checking he was the left back or whatever. I've actually just seen MFL posted something nice when I went to the loo there, so I've just put a wee retweet out for them. But I can check it later. But I'm sure he was the left back. He might have been the right back, but his name is Van de Peer. I'll definitely be getting his rookie. And when I went and seen the Leipzig game, we've not really spoke about this, but Leipzig actually had 2 guys that have got rookie cards play. This wee guy here is good. This guy is like good, by the way. Very tricky, very like a mini Xavi Simons. He's tiny. He's got the stupid hair. Very good. Oh, by the way, that's maybe a rookie worth picking up. What's his rare? 20 quid, a bit much. And that guy was called Jata. He played as well, and he was like huge for his age. You can see why he does well in youth football. And yeah, he's not kicked a ball yet, has he? Oh, he's made an appearance off the bench against Frankfurt. He was good. I wonder if they have any. I didn't look to see if they had any other rookies. Sorry, let me just indulge in this for a second. Sorry. Something went wrong. Oh, that's flash scores. Leipzig players. And let's see. Dix was the goalkeeper. I won't forget that. And they had a guy up front called Ramsack. Ramsack and Dix, top and bottom of the team. These are all senior players. We know all these guys as well. There's Jata and Gebel. And yeah, that's it, I suppose, out the squad. So yeah, ones to watch out for. What nationality are they? Jata is German and Gebel is also German. Just when I seen Sorare Holland in the building, fist bump, good to see you, mate. I thought, I wonder if Gebel was Dutch. He had a wee bit of the Dutch vibe about him. But anyway. You have Champions League football. Love it, man. Love it. Love the scouting we're getting done for it. Oh, by the way, actually, sorry. But I did want to check. I've been meaning to and keep forgetting. But I've seen some good guys for Lazio and for Atletico Madrid last year. And I haven't actually checked their squad. Renzetti might have been the keeper. They had a big Romanian guy centre back. That Milani might have played. I don't think it was him, but they had a Romanian at centre back that was like, he looked like a Roman, rather than a Romanian. I don't recognise any of these names. See, they had a guy on the squad list last year called Senna. They never got a card. He was like good. He's not even coming up on that anymore. Let's look at Atletico. Again, I can't remember. Maybe I'm more interested just because I'm looking at it. Sorry, guys. Indulge me, then I'll move on. I need to see the team sheet again to remember who I liked, but I'm just Corral, Jimenez, Spina. Don't recognise any of these names. Giserma, nah, none. Marcus Paul, nah, none of them. Let's go season soon. Ooh, good to hear. Is he almost back? Like Cameron M. In season D1 and in season D2. So we've got Mingen, Coronel in the final, Koosmans. I think we take Mingen at home. Actually, a little bit bigger in person than I thought. Got to see him trackside last night as well. That was fun. I don't know. Is it better to pick him up now or during the winter break? Let's go. Winter break will have some serious discount on it. It just depends if he smashes before it or not, because that'll kind of limit how low he'll go. So maybe look at the games they might play before the break. Hanko de Kuiper feels like a boss double. Oh, Flamingo's not bad either, although being at home. I think I would take de Kuiper for the peaks. Against Dender, he's going to be up for it. Zorgan at home. Yep, bring it on. Di Maria just smashed a record in the Champions League. He could be buzzing, but Stoikers has got the fixture. And then fifth man, yeah, it could be Hanko. But we don't need Hanko in season. So let's go Tadic. Really take your pick of captain here. Could be any of them. In season D2. We'd take the Koosmans, I think, next. Hanko's easy. Others Organ is easy. I think Sarah is an easy as well. And then fifth man, how many in-season teams did you have in total? Classic D1 then in season 3. I'm not too worried about the whole classic in-season thing. You've got plenty of them around, so I'm not going to let that hamstring us. Is Di Maria on to play? Because after breaking a record like that, he could just be like on a good wee spell right now. No, we don't have it. It's kind of hard to really wear that. What about Mertens to pair with the Sarah? Do we see Mertens? Do we see Gala? Don't have a Gala team. Mertens has been quite, yeah, ever present, 100 100. Dryer, Rot. So yeah, let's just take the Mertens and then Sarah. Now, what I might actually do now that I've seen this is I might swap the keeper out for the other Mingen because he's got a better game. And then, yeah, really take your pick of captain. Could be anyone. Classic D1. Let's go with the Roth. And then Michele, Smal, Flamingo, all decent. I like your man at home. Tough game, but Wrench hasn't really been on it, has he? Araujo's top pick here, isn't he? Araujo, Vanaken. Di Maria's kind of hard to pick still, so we don't really know if he's going to play. Dan Rotz, Bilal Barami. I think we just take Di Maria. And then fifth man, Rusnak. Against LA, I don't know how well he'll do. Facundo Torres. Big game player. Yeah, let's do that. Probably captain Facundo. Captain anyone here, really. And then in season D3. Kusman's in goal. Oh, Flamengo has just got the scores, hasn't he? Delorgi Nieper, we kind of missed him earlier, didn't we? Dryer forward feels appropriate. And then best man left. There's a few worthy contenders here, isn't there? I like the thought of Rusnak in general, like a midfielder that's, yeah, not really going to drop below the 50 mark. And if he gets that decisive, Seattle or that team, it's going to be a big game. I think you take Rusnak. And again, you could really captain any of them. And then what did you say after this, buddy? Oh, you've already picked something, haven't you? You said something the team's already picked. Classic D1, then in season D3. After that, whatever you want. Classic lineup's already decided. Mignoli, Michele, Vanaken. See, I don't think that's the. So the problem I've got with that, Cameron, right, is your team that you've got there for Classic makes the second team a lot worse because you need to take Mignoli out for Kusmans. Michele doesn't make it into any of these teams for me. Vanaken's okay. Tadic is really useful wherever he ended up. The top team. And Facundo ended up really useful where he was as well, the top Classic team. Vanaken's still there. It's really just the Tadic and the Mignoli, isn't it? I don't think the rest of the team really changes too much. Stengs potentially to start. I don't know, Cameron. Like you could swap the Tadic into in season. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I think that's the best way to set your teams out, mate. Because that team Division 2 in season, this Mignoli is going to do better in this lineup than this lineup for me. unless you forget Michele as your like Michele is not even getting into these teams, mate. Like, so giving him priority players like Tadic and Facundo and the keeper feels like counterproductive to me. I can do it if you want, but Koosman's moves up there for Mignoli. That's no problem, really. But then the fifth man for the top team, it's not Tadic. Let's try it one more time. Take a screenshot of this. For me, these are the best teams you're going to make. But let's redo them again quickly, right? Let's edit this to be the way you want it. So let's put the classic Mignoli in here. You want Michele. Fine. Facundo's there already. We just need the Tadic. I think it's a mid, isn't he? So I think we need him in the extra spot. The hell is the Tadic? Oh, he's still in that team one, isn't he? Tadic. And then Facundo. Right, okay. 86 rated. So then we go back to in season one. This is still the best spine. And then who are we fifth man in it with? We are looking at Di Maria, Hanko, Mertens. Probably going to go Mertens on this occasion then. Flamingo and Sara are still worthy, but I think I take Mertens. And then we've done Classic 1, which you've picked. We then go to in Season 2. I think we take the Koosmans away from home. Hanko, Zorgan, still got Sara, Dreyer. Where's Sara? So it changes a little bit, fine. And then in Season 3, we need a classic keeper for Rofe, Araujo, Flamingo double defence, Delorgi Nieper, Di Maria. Okay, it's not too bad, is it? I like the first build better. I like the first build better, but this is, if we're making that classic the way it is, that's the best way to go about it, I think, thereafter. Hanko, for any of the defenders that are in Division 3, you could kind of do what you want with them, I suppose. But yeah, I think the first set of teams were way better. No problem for being, mate, it's your lineups, Cameron. It's your lineups, buddy. I just think this classic's too convoluted. Like you're wasting Mignoli in here, whereas it would give this team a better keeper, I think. And the lack of, like, you have classic smashers. Can we get one in? But yeah, you've got two options. You get two options, Cameron. Hopefully, we get a winning team out of it. That's all we want. We just want a winning team somewhere. That's all we're after. Apocalypto, you're up next, buddy. And you're just saying something about La Liga, I'm sure. If you want to make La Liga team first so you can get rid of them for me, yeah, that's no problem. Did you tell me more details earlier, Apocalypto, on your request? Where are you? Apocalypto, where are you? Oh, can I find you now? Apocalypto, champ lineups. So do La Liga and then get into champ, no problem. Do you have Premier League? No. La Liga is a classic in season. Classic All Black. Oh yeah, let's just get these done. I think I would take Gaia. Mojica's not a bad shout, but I'm going to take Gaia. Valverde against them, against Getafe, should be easy. Alvarez is on to play. Well, this could be in season, I think, couldn't it? Yeah. Sucic isn't a bad shout. Your fifth man's a tough bit. Rudiger could be okay. Mojica could be fine. Take, is he on to play this one? He's not expected to play tonight. I think we maybe need to wait to see tonight before we've got a better idea on Sociedad. But they expect Take will play the weekend. Sucic as well. Sucic is maybe a bit safer in terms of just going to play and the minutes he'll get, etc. So yeah, slide them out. And then Champ, is it in season or classic? Let's have a find out. 3 keepers, mixture of in season and classic. Awesome. Apocalypto, feel free to tell me how this normally breaks out for you. I would argue, Cameron, in effect, you're making classic priority 1 because, like, this is something I kind of wrestle with when I'm building my own teams, right? But see if, like, you're putting Tadic in there, that's the first team you've built, you know? Like, if you're Tad, Mignolet, any of the players that were there, you know, but if it's Ceballos, in your opinion, if he starts, yeah, fair enough. Ceballos, if he's on to play over Sucic, I can, yeah, get behind that easily enough. Yeah, it's easy for me. So I would argue you're actually prioritising at number 1 if you're taking a player that would be in the top team and taking them out the fold, you know. Magic Mike against Empoli, Merit. All very good games. Karnaseki is going to be bottom of the pecking order here. I would take Magic Mike, but he's classic, so we need to play with that. Oh, we've got in-season Theo. Milan do rotate and stuff. Right, let's check the newspapers. What do they think they've got for Milan? Mayonnaise? Is that mignon? Is that mayonnaise in Italian? Cage, number 46. Don't know who that is. Hernandez is there. Clean, number 11. No, Blackberry, number 7. Who are these people? Yeah, Theo's there. Theo's there. Great game for Theo. Very spiky. Oh, now the French boys here you've got are super. Well, I think Reinders is easy, right? But I want to look at Vitinha because if he's on to play, he's my favourite you've got there. Hard to say at this point. He is on to play. He is killing it, man. But PSG are so freaking dodgy. Zambo's quite safe. Reinders is probably the safest for the build you've got here. This Serie A site here is Gazzetta.it. So Golf Alpha Zulu Golf Alpha Zulu Zulu Echo Tango Tango Alpha dot Indigo Tango. And it's just a newspaper. It's like Gazzetta. It's like the big thing that, you know, big newspaper. Vitinha probably won't play. Fair enough. Bakwa playing Bristois. Varadona, Retigui. Retigui is going to be buzzing, and this kind of game would suit a Retigui. Leao kind of goes in with this, and Leao, like, basically should do great against Empoli. So I think you just take the Leao. Is this in season or classic? Yeah, we're playing in season. And fifth man, I'd probably slide the Buongiorno in there. Yeah, let's put Buongiorno in there. I'm a Captain Theo. Right, so we've got Merit, and then we'll take Oliveira. And then in midfield, I feel like, oh, yeah, Højbjerg and Agliush smashing off each other is a wee bit annoying for you, but I think you would take the Højbjerg at home. And Lookman or Retigui. Do we have Atalanta predictions here? Not yet. What do the papers think? Atalanta against Roma. Lookman. Network 32. Is that Retigui? Bench. Yeah, Retigui must be that guy then. Retigui's scores just aren't like. Lookman, was Lookman there? Yeah, Lookman's there. I think we just take him for the spike potential. And then we can play a classic fifth man if we want. I'm quite tempted to play the Di Lorenzo, but and go double fullback. Oh, we could do that. And then slide in Kalinoglu. Add like Cataldi, Gudmundsson. Yeah, they're going to be quite defensive. How's Kalinoglu been scoring? I don't really pay attention to him. So he's just never really on my radar. I've not got his card. He's not really got cards. Yeah, that may be the way to go, by the way. Take out the Højbjerg for Kalinoglu. Now, it is away from home, right? So it's not great. Fiorentina, again, no pushovers this year. But I think that as a team feels like the way to go for me. And captain, I'd be captaining one of these fullbacks, or Lookman probably. And then when we get to the final team, we've got Carnesecchi. One of the Atalanta boys could be okay. I like Rudiger. Where is the Atalanta team? Kosunu, Hein, Kolasinac. Yeah, so no Jimisti. Odilon could be good in this game. I think I'd just go with Rudiger. I just don't think Getafe are not going to score. Zambo could do okay. Zambo's had a good season so far, hasn't he? I think that's a good Zambo match. I think you could go Zambo Højbjerg. They're kind of two birds of the same feather. No Agliush then, but and he is kind of on fire, isn't he? I think they're taking Bakwa up front. And then, yes, between Agliush and Højbjerg. Agliush doesn't have the Højbjerg peak potential he does, so I eat my words quick. Double decisive, very all around, but against Brest. He's fun, isn't he, man? But I think we take Højbjerg just for the security. Michael, good to see you. Empoli is a tough team, Apocalypto. Don't get me wrong. Like Empoli, I know definitely put the cat amongst the pigeons last weekend. I forget what the result was, but I think they got a good one. I seen Pellegrini scored. Yeah, they drew with Udinese. No mean feat at all. But I think Milan at the San Siro, like they should do pretty well. They need to get themselves in the back into this picture. Empoli no far behind them right enough. It's definitely not an easy game, but I think Sorare wise, it does suit the stack you have. Like Theo is going to have license to go into the final third in this game. Reinders is the best midfielder in the club, and Leao, like if Theo's on a good game, Leao's on a good game. You know, it's kind of how I look at it. I really like your teams, mate, a lot. Who is going to replace Zubimendi when he leaves? Hmm. I'm not sure they're ready for Zubimendi to leave, to be quite frank. Um, maybe they would want Sucic to do that, but he's done so well at replacing Mikel Merino. Who else is actually in the squad? I'm kind of drawing a blank right now. Because I know they've got actually a lot of mids. Turientes, that's who. Turientes is the next one off their conveyor belt internally. Like he does play that position. He has done so. And if Zubimendi was to leave tomorrow, he would be the first one to get the shot. So it'd be Turientes is the answer. Very cheap right now. If he can get anywhere near replicating Zubimendi scores, that'll be a bargain quite quickly. Zubeldia can play that position. And if they did that to maybe play Pacheco next to Aguerd, perhaps, I could maybe see some sort of solution like that. I wouldn't completely rule out Sergio Gomez maybe adapting into that role, although he's got a lot of pace. It feels like it would be wasted in that area of the pitch. But Turientes is the heir apparent. Apocalypto, we're reading off the same hymn sheet, mate. Turientes is the natural successor. Maybe they buy somebody, but, you know. Because I was surprised, and I know he's been injured, so it wasn't a big surprise that they bought someone like Luka Sucic, but with Sakarian in the team, I was quite surprised at how many other, Sergio Gomez, Luka Sucic, the reinforcements they did make in that area. Uh, they are potentially losing Kubo and Zubimendi next season. Dark times ahead. Maybe not, because they're not. They're really trying not to be reliant on Kubo. Like, if they were reliant on him, maybe playing all the time, and then it would be a loss. But again, they've got so many forward options. Oscarson, Baranachea, Mikel Oyarzabal, Becker. And Becker and Oyarzabal can play all across the front three and do play across the front three. Oscarson's a centre forward. Baranachea can play both sides of the wing. Sergio Gomez comes into the front three. Zakarian can come into the front three. Not really got another false nine type, but I don't think there'd be that. I don't think they'd be much worse off with Taki. They do lose a huge X factor, but they're very overstocked in that area already. It feels like they've lost a bit of squad harmony. It's just a little bit too bloated, the squad, Sorare AP, I think you got your membership earlier on, mate. Yeah, but it was I think just you got on one of the donations. Sorare APs. I can't build a lineup, mate, without a season ticket. And then who are we on to next? We've got Wallet now. Michael, you're coming in right at the death here, buddy. We're only on 12 likes, guys. Come on. I've saved yours as Sorare data and made one adjustment. I swapped Drew's. Yeah, cool. Nice, Cameron. I'm glad we could. It's again, like, your cards better than I do, so I've kind of got that bird's eye view on, like, this is the best way to configure this, in my opinion, certainly. But a little bit more about, like, Haj Musa, for example. So I love it when it's not, like, my build that you've used, but it's like, oh, I didn't think about doing this or that, but you didn't know about A, B, and C, and I built this team. That's what I like. Have to watch Haj Musa, so good. Nice. No problem, Apocalypse, to my pleasure, mate. In terms of, like, fun, I really like the Division 2 team. Like, double fullback, Kalanoglu in midfield, and then Lookman up front. Like, proper spicy forward, isn't he? So that team feels the most fun to me. But I think the AC Milan team is just rock solid, like cooking, ready to go. Just needs to go to script, and I think you'll fly high. And then Alex, what were we after? You were the last one into the saloon. Alex Coombs, my man, where are you? Under 23 rares. No problemo. This will be fun. Lyson at home to Anderlecht. Oh, Jesus, man. Your keepers have not got it easy this week, have they? Who's scoring more? Ajax or Anderlecht? So let's see. Leuven at the moment have conceded 19 and 15. Anderlecht have scored 30 and 15. Let's check the form over the last 5. Anderlecht have scored 17 in the last 5. Leuven have conceded 4. So that's not too bad. And then let's check Ajax. So let's see. Ajax so far have scored 27 and 12. And your boy plays for who? Is it Nijmegen? Yeah. NEC. And NEC have conceded 12 and 13. That's actually pretty good. Let's check the form over the last 5. Ajax have scored 10 and 5. And NEC have conceded 3 and 5. Wow, actually, so your goalkeepers look crap on paper, but they're A-rated games. Who's going to not concede 3 is kind of the question here, isn't it? Anderlecht feel a bit more free scoring. Oh, this is a really tough one. I think I'm going to take Lyson. Affengruber. Oh, you could pick a team of defenders here, I think, mate. Harry's boy. Is he that good? Yeah, he's good enough, isn't he? But I think this wee guy, he's playing first, isn't he? I'm just infatuated with him now. We've had the solid tip in, and we can see the form. And sees who I was really impressed with. Against Celtic, he was way better than De Kuiper. Like, way better. Doesn't look it. De Kuiper did great SO5 wise. This guy doesn't, but on the night, he really impressed me more. He's tiny, but looks like a wee guy. think I would take him, by the way, off the back of he'll feel good about himself. Champions League being at Celtic Park. Lennon Miller, first pick mid. Ben Doak. Hull have just sacked their manager, so maybe that's a little bit hard to forecast. And then yeah, I think Gruber for fifth man. Yeah, that works out well enough. And I'm probably a Captain Miller. Like you'd really captain anyone here. I'd probably Captain Miller. And then we've got Rovs. Cologne at home at Hanover. This guy's quite tidy, isn't he? 28A is his friend, but again, he's had clean sheets here. So when you're getting 28A with the clean sheet, it's only really like 10 to 15 without it. As you can see there, 12. And a 5-1 loss, by the way, that's actually really good. 14 and a 2-2 draw. So he's quite safe. Lucas Pires. He's fun. I think I'd take Pires. I might go double defence with the bomb. Thines, yep. Broom. Yep. Yeah, I think we'll go double defence. Anderlecht are very good going forward. NEC are usually pretty solid defensively. Toby, a better keeper though. Yeah, you kind of want the better keeper. I think the guy will make the saves and stuff if you actually think he's more capable of doing that. Club bought Sequay for decent money. He has started a game and sees who was originally left back. Has taken that position. That says it all for how good he is. Yeah, I forgot Sequay was in that team. And it does say a lot. It's a huge statement, Cameron. Very good point you make, mate. Pascal Dion Lichtenberg. Jorel Hato is cheap for his scores. Ajax conceded more first games, but defence looks solid now. Maybe something to look at. We'll put Alexis Coombs' teams on screen here and let's have a wee peek at Hato. Now he's linked. Part of the reason he'll be cheap is because he's linked to a lot of teams that are not called Ajax. So if and when he does leave, he might be fine, but he might not be fine. And that's kind of the risk you have with a guy like this at Ajax, is that they leave and they kind of just meh out, you know. I would agree. For another 23 Ajax defender with his scoring history, although the L5 is pretty meh, that does appear to be, especially for in-season, rather on the cheap side, and under 23 and in-season doesn't really marry up as a premium, but, you know, the premium difference isn't really there, is it? So yeah, definitely some value there. You trying to sell one, Pascal? Are you one of these accounts? Oh, love it. Oh. Yeah, so Aiden PW354, I need you on a season ticket, buddy. I feel really bad kind of saying half no here, but you know, everyone else that we do it for has a season book, so I can't no, you know. Yeah, fair enough, Pascal. Yeah, you're very good point, Pascal. Sorry, I need to cough. Exact same point we were just making with the last guy there. And the same point I was basically making with the Valencia stack earlier on. But yeah, if there's no clean sheets here, then there's not just 10 points, mate, but how many goals has he conceded? You know? So a lot of these games are 12 points better off, or 14 points, or whatever, you know. I thought you were going to be calling me a dinosaur there, Cameron. I had to read that twice. Just love the game. No, Pascal, I'm all about that, mate. Double fist bumps on that one. Just a wee bit of banter. Just a wee bit of banter. We had a good members gallery session one night, and we found some good players, and there's people in the chat sniping the pure bargains we were pulling out. It's all good banter. And we've got this neon Christmas. Ooh, it's an actual ad. Ooh. So this makes me think we've got boxes and cards. And they look like rare to me. Is everyone's red? Hmm. Let me know your thoughts and feelings on that. Who was the okay keeper? I had Mandanda, wasn't it? Let's see what I'm going to have a wee peek at here. When did we cap 220? See, I don't really want global super rare essence. That's the only thing that stops me really going after these. I've not got any D3 teams. They're all D2s now. I guess we're going Whale Killer. Trying to get into D1 with this. Mandanda. I've got Robbo. Wow, look at Robbo's L5. Double decisive against Real Madrid. Double decisive against Southampton. But not the way you would want. Robbo could be team 1 for me. City, but isn't it? It's just... Sugar. Better watch I don't destroy my wee back of the chair display. What I'm interested in is who played what night again? So who played Tuesday? Liverpool or Girona? Did any of them play Tuesday? Champions League. City played Tuesday. Girona played last night. Liverpool played last night. What's the turnaround like? 27th to the 1st. The 1st is Sunday. Yeah, should be able to handle that, shouldn't they? Really, wow, look at that set of games. City, Newcastle, Everton. Bearing in mind, Liverpool, Everton's a derby. Away to like Newcastle and Liverpool, especially at St James's Park, is like peak Premier League. You know, like 4 each. And, yeah, it's a bit of a stereotype, I know, but yeah. Sorare Holland again, great intel. Hato's lore scores are international games as well. Where is the best resource for guaranteed starting teams? Predictorfy.com. Use code QuinnyHarry, all one word, when you go and make your account. The Penfez is getting his 24th Mbappe for free. Or do you think the calendar thing? Is the Penfez just won something, maybe? Is there a post I've missed or something? No. Robbo. What does Villarreal look like? Just don't have a great defender this weekend, do I? Galan's expected to play, isn't he? No, he's not. There is no such thing as content creator luck. If anyone was going to get content creator luck, it'd be fucking me. You know what I mean? Like, I remember after I won that Kyogo, people thought the fix was in, but honestly, like, there is no such thing. I think people just seen the Penfez doing that, and it's just like, it's only because it's the Penfez. But he does get a lot of essence, and he does play a lot of averages on his burns or on his crafts or whatever, you know. Let's just go Robbo. Let's just have some balls. Is Goretzka going to play for Bayern? He is. He is. Does Predictify corroborate that? 7 hours ago. Sabitzer versus Goretzka. Clash of the Titans. Oh, Coop Miners against Lecce. Sign me up for that. And then forwards. Oh, yeah, Cunha. I'd love to get Saganikov. But Cunha's the play. And then, was there another mid I kind of overlooked? Oh, wow. Llorente did so good. Oh, Llorente. Oh. Should have played Llorente. Does that mean Llorente comes straight back in then? LG 49. See, that was the only mistake I made midweek. Oh, Aliash did okay against Salzburg off the bench as well. Sol might be back. Llorente's on to play, isn't he? Llorente is a very much a kind of punches and bunches type guy. Yeah, Llorente, fifth man. Captain Cunha is the way it works around here, isn't it? Nice, so that's my strongest team. I'm actually quite content with that. We've only got one La Liga player coming out the fold. Captain Coop worked as well. Nice. Now both my goalkeepers are screwed. Who scores less goals? Real Madrid at home or Barcelona at home? I'm going to say Getafe. Maybe do a little bit better just because it's kind of derby-ish, that game. Is Martin back in midfield? I think I've seen Van de Beek and Romeo. Yeah. I don't think Martin comes straight back in, but Braze will be fine. It's not a great game. What about Sol? Is he on to play? No Sol. So yeah, I think we kind of need to take Braze. Saganikov was fine, wasn't he? 50-50, but yeah, it's the kind of good 50-50, I think, isn't it? Don't know how many minutes he got midweek at a glance, because this little thing used to be good. You used to be able to just click on this and it would tell you like the result, but it doesn't do that anymore. We've got Oyarzabal, we've got Devikas. If we know Devikas is on, that's a 50-50 every week. It's quite annoying. Starfield was fine, yeah. And Oyarzabal was the other one, wasn't he? Maybe just take Oyarzabal for a bit of safety. And then fifth man Arnu. I don't mind this build. Captain Miguel. Sorare AP has got his season ticket. Mate, I'll build your teams, mate. What a hero you are for going and doing that. I've kind of moved past it, but I'll do yours. Where are you, Sorare AP? You gave me your request earlier, buddy. Can I get 223 lineups and a contender classic, please? I'd love to, mate. Let me just finish this little super rare thing I'm on with now. And then we'll do yours. Easy peasy, mate. Can we get another La Liga D3 situation out? Because I say Killison, not it's D3 submitted. So okay, so this is either, if it gets relegated, it's kind of a win. Is that how we're looking at this? And if it does well, then obviously that's a real win. Wow, Romeo's getting points. Fine. Roll with these guys. Great banter in the chat, by the way. Unai Simon is back. Pascal with the intel. Love that, mate. And then I have another champ keeper. Or do you know, I'm just going to fucking do the specials. I've got one team that could do something. And then otherwise, let's just go and pick our best fucking players. Like, who is good? Let's just fly and goalie our face off with this one. Is Castellanos on for this? Normally doesn't play Thursdays. Not had great form recently, but Parma. He's in. Got Sabitzer, got Goretzka. Renier as well, by the way. He's coming in a wee bit of form. Tough game, but top of the table clash this weekend. Gabri Vega we've got against Estergal. I wanted to check that, by the way, because I think he did well against him last time. Or maybe it's somebody else that played them. I thought he played them already. He's been doing okay without doing great, hasn't he? Seeing if anyone's hiding at the bottom here. Right, so who do I think is the best 5 scorers that are left here? Right, Miguel's going to be in the mix. McGinn against Chelsea, hard to say. I think Saganikov, Braze, Goretzka, Tate, kind of off, hasn't he? Could throw Arno at this. I like the idea of putting Renier in, but do we have a predicting? Where's fine? Let's check for Renier. Is he on to play? La Liga, Hypermotion, Granada. No, he's not. Okay. There's that bubble burst. So maybe we're looking at Arno or Sabi. Score against former club Bayern. The little source I've got here doesn't think Simon comes back in for this game. Oyarzabal was maybe the easy one, takes penalties. Let's just go Tati. And then who scores the most points here? I'm a Captain Miguel sort of guy. Let's do that. Or, actually, sorry. Let's do this again, sorry. I'm going to put this D3 team in. I'm just going to keep this D3 team in because I want to. Takes 2 cards out of what we just did there. And then flying goalie. Let's go again. Right, so Saganikov. Castellanos. Goretzka. Sabitzer McGinn. Vega McGinn. They want to finish top of that. Don't know how many games there is. It doesn't look like there's much more, but oh, there is 2 more. I'm getting seduced into the idea of playing the Vega because I never ever get a chance to play him since I bought him. At home to Estigal. Is McGinn on? No Villa team there yet. Place the Ibiza. Yeah, okay. That's all the encouragement I needed. And then 5th man is McGinn or like Vega or Renier or something. I think we just throw McGinn in. Captain, fucking close your eyes and pick one. I'm going to go Saganikov. Back-to-back 60s, he's so back. I was at the start. Nice. And then, yeah, like my last super rare team, I've got got a champ team of, like, yeah, if they get relegated, or do we do that? Let's do that with La Liga. Yeah, if it gets relegated, cool. If it gets promoted, whatever. David Lopez, Romeo, De Vicus, Ivan Martin, Baranachea, Rodrigo Riquelme. Yeah, Barnachea's not here for this. Is Riquelme in the mix? He's in the mix. Kyle Larin, could just maybe stick him in. With Valencia. No, let's put Martin in. Captain Lopez. No McGinn this weekend. Oh. Anyone from here I would take? Probably not, but that's fine. No McGinn this weekend. Cheers for the heads up. So no McGinn, Angelino. Oh, my battery's dead, guys. Sorry. I need to change the camera too. Coming at you from this angle. Captain's McGinn did it. I think Renier is going to. Oh, let's just play Vega. Captain. We went for Saganikov and it picked McGinn. So let's see if we pick Saganikov and it gives us Vega or something. Unai Simon finally back tonight. Oh, he's back tonight, Charlie. Great intel, mate. Right, we've got our final line up to build. 223s for Aiden, wasn't it? Where was the original Sorare AP? 223s in a contender classic. Oh, you've got this guy. You love that. Moscow's a tough game, but Heidel will be team 1. Oh my god, Kudjikov. Why is he not projected to start? Surely he's like in now, is he not? I thought that was the whole thing. There he is. L15 a 0 as well, by the way. Mate, roll with me here. Sorare AP. Aiden PW. How about we build a 220 first? Let's play Kudjikov. Now let's pick defense last. You've got some smash there. Oh, Jesus. You're going to have a really good contender team here, aren't you? Well, the cheapest best guy is Cuisance or Satoshi Tanaka. Forsberg, tougher game to get behind. Tagseth, we kind of spoke about. Rosenberg earlier with my own stuff. It's not one I'd go mad for. Cuisance's game isn't great. But let's try if we can fit him in. Jesus, man. You've got power in this. 93 points remaining. Right, in defence, we want somebody like an 8 Nuri, but a bit more reliable. Valley L 15 of 61 is a whitey, isn't it? Burn 39 is somewhat tempting because he's so cheap. I think we'd maybe take 8 Nuri. Hato, we've mentioned 51. Right, let's take Cunha out. Let's take them all out. Yeah, right, who's the best kind of cheap, or who's the defender we kind of want? It's not mad cheap. Yeah, it probably does come back to Hato actually. Hato at 51 makes the most sense. Then in midfield, all these guys are mad pricey. Let's come to that last. Up front, who's the best bang for buck? It's definitely, it's definitely not Cunha, but maybe if you get someday, oh, Gustavo 53. Ugalde's a 60. Yorbe. Oh, Fitz is injured. That's a kick in the balls. So maybe Bakayoko on a 52. That leaves us with 117. So if we take the Cuisance, that then leaves us with 53. And I could play Forsberg, 53. Mohamed Cham, 47. I think Forsberg's better than him. Engels, not this week. Tolkien. Matoma. Matoma could do alright. It's between Matoma and the other guy I just said. Matoma and Forsberg. Kind of the same player, aren't they? But Forsberg's just going to get to 80 with the decisive, isn't he? So, right, I would do this team first, mate. As your classic or whatever. Use that Kujakov L15-0. And then under 23. Let me catch up with the chat, sorry. Fitz is suspended, yellow cards. Engels, you can't back him to start. I have a small in-season Prem team. Yeah, let's have a look. So let's do. Right, so Heidel was in first. Flamingo. Yep. Tillman. Yep. Peck. Yep. And then João Pedro. Yep. I know it's in season Prem. We'll maybe come back to that in a second. Peck and the boys normally for team 2, not this time. Triple A for Agatesiv here. Fine. Affengruber. Why is this point so good? Just gets screaming amounts of AA, doesn't he? Where does it come from? Triple. Right, so he's like a bomb scare specialist, isn't he? Fine. Ondrika Ugalde. I'd rather play Ugalde, but not against the keeper. I don't think people like me when I do that. And then Tagsef. Yeah. The leftovers. Lamans. Valle. Cham. Ugalde. I'll go Kang. And what did you say? Prem in season? Baka might not start. I think Perisic gets the spot after yesterday's game. What Baka is that? Sorry, is that somebody? Dan Rotts? I think there's better there, isn't there? Quinny, do you think CCV can gather a bit of form after his brilliant finish against Club Bruges? Very funny. Very, very funny. Jose Sa in season. 8 Nuri in season. Mitoma. Cunha Classic. I think you need to finish it with Dan Burn, although O'Reilly. Mate, I would just play O'Reilly. He might come into the team, and even from the bench, like you've seen against City, it's not over for him. And if he does start, you're on a march. It's better than Burn. Like, I don't think Burn, even O'Reilly from the bench, is very feasibly going to outscore Burn. So that's what I'm at, buddy. Tanaka's a classy player. Every time I watch him, he is so good. Had a loan at Belgium a few years back and struggled to get form since then. Oh, Bakayoko, of course, of course, of course, for the 220. So what was he? 52. Not really used anyone elsewhere that would be prohibitive in that regard. I think it has to be Dan Rotts then. Gustavo's not a bad shout, but Asian Champions League, you can't guarantee that they're going to keep up their China form. I think Dan Rotts is the play then. And then you've got a classic contender, don't you, with all the smashers in town? Casper, AJ, Shaqiri, Berardi, Barco. Like, how's that just not the apex team to play? Captain Berardi or Captain Shaq? I think Shaq at home is becoming the Swiss Oscar, isn't he? I think this week, like, hey, like, if you took out O'Reilly for Pedro, you would have 5 ready to run there. What would we do as a result? We could probably manage it, actually. So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's delete him. Let's go to Prem in season. Put him in here for O'Reilly. And if we go back to my teams, right, how do we want to jigger this out? So, coming up to support the first team. I would probably take the tag Seth. And then into this team, we've still got the German paper open. We do Olise or Lamperla. I'm a bit more biased towards the big name player because big games, big players, you know me. So yeah. Very strong teams, mate. Awesome. Right, guys. We'll be talking everything Celtic with McBride Ace. 7:30, 45 minutes from now. Celtics are here. Me and Harry Trades will be live tomorrow for the deadline show. And we will be, as you can see, I knocked my stuff with my elbow. Champions League final pendant. Celtic versus Inter Milan. No, Nakamura. Saved it. With one hand backwards, by the way. Talk about top techers. Sociedad have went full strength, predicting their 11 at the weekend will be hell. You can say that again. Sorare AP, my pleasure, man. Thank you very much. Sorry, guys. It is what it is, unless I move it screen and stuff. But yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. I dropped a video earlier today about Tottenham, and there'll be tons of our stuff coming out. I've got a bunch of videos ready to rock and roll. I hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks to everyone that got their lineup built. Thanks to everyone that became a member and got their season ticket. It means the world to me. And I'm looking forward to being back early next week to review your galleries and all that good stuff as well. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for the deadline show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff, guys. Stay out of trouble. And I'll catch you on the next one. That camera. Catch you on the next one.
Satara.